Bunk and Pick podcast.
Holy moly.
It's the Bunk and Pick podcast.
Sounds good.
It's the Bunk and Pick podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Bunk and Pick podcast. Pick here with Bunk. Bunk.
Hey, Bunk. We
Say
got a
hello.
special guest
We do.
today, but I'm gonna let Gary welcome to the show.
Welcome,
Great
Gary.
to be here.
So we have we are gonna hit you with some baseball stuff later, since you were actually played at a little higher level than Little League for me.
One level higher. Yep.
High school friend.
We made it.
You guys both had me done. I was a Little League star.
98 All-Star? Sure.
That was a coach. I wasn't playing.
That was
I a
gross.
Little League
That was a
player.
gross shirt. Anyways,
But I do want to say it's pouring rain here. It's been raining for 2 days. These two friggin' Jagaloons actually went out and tried to golf this morning.
we almost made it.
Good God.
Well, we
what were you
did
thinking?
play.
We did.
play.
We were tied.
Friggin' ridiculous.
Tied through
Played
three.
3 holes, and I teed off on the 4th.
Friggin' ridiculous, man.
Why is it ridiculous?
It's
We're golfers.
pouring
We're golfers.
out there. It makes no sense. It's stupid. Sorry. Jagaloons.
that stupid.
It was pretty
Jagaloons.
ridiculous out there.
It was. I think we were just holding out for each other, and then when both of us said, "Well, I'm out here just for you," we said, "Nah, let's go back to
Why
the
would
old
you?
clubhouse."
I mean, do they even? I don't even understand. Golf in the rain's stupid.
You know, they probably should have shut the course down today.
Got to make that money.
Yeah.
Got to make that money.
But
There was a line of people behind us.
Wouldn't they do it for the? I would think they would do it so it doesn't ruin the golf course. Is that not true? Or
Got to make money.
Well, they got to make the money, though.
Got to make the
And
money.
it's a holiday, so they're getting the upcharge.
oh my God!
Yes, as we record, that is
Like 10 or-
July 4th. So
the 4th of July. Can I show everybody my really cool 4th of July watch? Yeah,
is that a flex or
yeah. It's
Rolex?
No.
Casio? That's a Casio
That's a
right
fossil.
there.
That's a
That's a
fossil.
fossil. Casio. That's a Casio.
Come on, Luminix.
G-Shock.
G-Shock. Yes, G-Shock. G-Shock.
You guys are brutal. Don't
G-Shock.
mess with my watches. I'm a
Swatch.
I'm
It's
a
a
watch
swatch.
guy.
It's a
I like
swatch.
a swatch. I'm a
Swatch
swatch.
watch.
I like swatches.
What brand is it? You didn't say.
Luminux.
It's
It's a
Walmart.
good one.
Walmart special or
No, it is not a freaking Walmart special. These are good watches.
It's Target, Nick. Get your
Target?
shit right, okay?
Target.
Look, do a weird face. Messed up.
You have too much fun with the video part of this.
I do. I love the video.
Just weird faces.
Kind of in the
and
video now. I'm in the video. I've taken up surfing again.
Apparently, he's taking up surfing.
Yeah, not again. You're just taking it up.
Surfing for sand
In old
dollars.
landlocked Austin, Texas. I'm taking up surfing.
Oh, man. He's a landlubber. That's what he is.
I like the surf aesthetic. Not a surfer, but I do
We
like the
lived
aesthetic.
in literally on the beach for 10 years.
I said the aesthetic.
I never saw you go to the beach
I was
once.
working trying to put beans and franks on the table for you boys.
No.
No. Okay.
You would work from home and yell at us to move your mouse for you so your computer wouldn't go to
Hey,
sleep.
don't say that.
You're
mate.
retired now. You can, we can say it.
okay.
He trained us so well, we would move it while he was sleeping on the
I know.
couch.
Yes. As long as there wasn't farts everywhere.
You know what I wanted to do back in the old days before that all this stuff? I wanted to get the
Oh,
what
yeah,
is
the
that
bird
bird
that Mam
that
used to
bird
have.
that just pecks.
Yeah.
Have it peck a thing every once in a
You
while.
know, they have programs called auto clickers.
Okay, that wasn't back then.
Yes, there were.
No, there wasn't.
Yes, there were.
Liar.
Because I used them for video games
Lying.
back then.
You're lying. You're a liar. Bold-faced liar.
Okay.
Okay. So what do we...
That really
What do we-
railroaded us
know.
there. Hang on. We got to go with the first segment here.
What's the first segment?
What kind of grumps and blunders you got for us today, my
man.
friend?
Hey, you want? I got a lot. I could go. I could go a lot of directions here. I could go umpires, but I've already done that one. I could go fans. I already did that one. But I'm going to go Yankees right now.
Yep.
They are really pissing me off. I mean, like extremely pissing me off. Their pitching sucks. They're hitting.
You turned off a game the
suck.
other day.
I did turn. I've never turned. You know what I turned? I did. Okay. They were down 7-0
in the first inning.
I turned it off, and they came back and tied it 9-9. So I turned it back on. Had to
and then
watch.
lost it over.
And then they
the
lost it.
extra innings.
No, it wasn't even extra innings. The airbender came in and friggin' blew it again for me.
Yeah.
Who's the airbender?
Devin Williams.
Airbender
The reason Yankees can have beards now.
is because of him.
I remember this segment
And,
from last.
You know, I'm thinking the beards are killing him. The facial hair is starting to weigh
Too
him down.
lackadaisical.
I think it's starting to weigh him down.
Where's the discipline?
Weigh
Get a little
them
tired.
down.
Get a little
No,
tired.
let's be honest. The reason they suck is because they put Stanton back in the lineup.
Hey, he hit a home run.
The minute they put him back in, they started losing.
He hit a dinger. One dinger. He's one dinger up.
But that's all he can do.
I know. Judge is hitting again, though. He's up to 31 home runs, and he's actually hitting the ball, and they walk him friggin' every time. It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
But the rest of the team, outside of Belly's doing good, Bellinger. But they suck.
3-7 last 10.
Let me tell you.
Behind the Blue Jays.
They
Tied
just
with
lost.
who are they tied with?
They're behind the Blue Jays.
Who are they
behind
tied
the
with, though?
No, they're ahead
Tampa
of them.
Bay.
No, they're ahead of Tampa
not.
Bay.
They're
One
tied
game
with
each,
Tampa
my
Bay.
friend.
It's a
Tied,
tie
my
ball game.
friend.
Sons of bitches.
Get ready for third place there, Yankees.
Wait, we still have a weekend.
Wait a second. If I recall, 1 week ago today, I got told that
They'd be
Tampa
down
would
by
be
3.
3 behind the Yankees.
Do you know the Yankees have never lost 4 in a row?
Yeah, well,
to the
now they
Blue
have.
Jays.
Now they have.
28 times they've played them 4 in a row, and they've never done it before, ever
it just
in the
happened.
history. And I got to tell you, I'm going to deal it down on my Boone man now, too.
Ooh.
He's the reason they
Okay.
suck.
Here's the thing. Jazz Chisholm's not a third baseman. Move him back to second.
Who do you
Get
put
yourself-
a third? Who do you put a third?
Well, fill in.
LeMahieu?
Fill in till you sign somebody. LeMahieu. Peraza.
Suarez,
Okay.
man.
How about Oswaldo Peraza? He has he has the lowest batting average in the entire major leagues.
Oh my God, what is it?
He was batting 157 before he struck out 3 times yesterday. The only one even close to him was Jock Peterson, and good Lord, so he's got to be batting like 150. It's the lowest with 125 bats of anybody.
It's pretty low.
And I got to get down on my Volpinator too. I'm a Volpe fan, but good God, he friggin' don't hit.
Trade him.
God dang, man, they're starting to really torque my ass.
Oh, okay.
Really torquing the old
Well,
a-hole.
but tell me about Judge. He's still killing it, right?
Judgy's still doing
He was
good.
he was in quite a slump there.
He was
for
in a
minute.
slump for a little while, but now he's back. And the problem is, every time he gets up, they just hold 4 fingers up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
mean, why
just
would
pitch
you throw
around
to
him. I'm
there's no reason
throwing to
to.
Stanton right behind him.
No, Stanton's not behind him. It's usually Bellinger behind him, and Bellinger's been hitting. Anyway, my grump is the friggin' Yankees. They're pissing me off.
Pretty grumpy about
And
it.
they start their series with the Mets this weekend. The Mets kind of suck right now too.
Oh yeah, they're
Should
way
be-
down.
Should be quite a Subway series, as
I'm
we
just
say.
saying.
I know.
Come
I
on.
got told 3.
Overall, they're 9 over 500, though.
Here's the thing.
They're in it.
I know. So here's the good news is because they got off to a big start, if they make some decent trades at the deadline, they're still right there. It's not like they fell 15 games
Yeah, they just
behind
got
or
to make
something.
it to the All-Star break.
They got to get to the All-Star break. They
Which
got
is
to
like 1 week.
Yeah, it's 1 week. And then they got to trade. I don't know what they're going to do, but their whole bullpen is they're putting guys out I've never even friggin' heard of.
Yeah, their middle relief is
They got the Beater.
really bad.
Beater was out there yesterday. Who the fuck's Beater? Texas Tech guy. Beater. Fucking A. Come on, man.
He got
He
Beater.
got Beater. And the fucking airbender needs to go back to friggin' Milwaukee.
Oh, he's got the anger in him.
And-
Look how red he's turning.
Even the Dreamweaver's fucking getting crushed.
All of them are getting crushed.
Why do they all have weird nicknames? Who are these
Because
people?
it's Jeff Amato.
Because I give him the names. I give him the names. Weaver.
Is he related to the Weavers of past? Is he? No, not at all.
Who's
No,
a past?
Jared and Jake Weaver.
They're a past Weaver? Oh, no.
Yeah, the brothers.
No,
Yeah,
this,
basket
no,
weavers.
No.
The basket
He's
weavers
the
of
Great
old.
Weaver.
Underwater
The basket weavers of old times.
George Springer had like 5 home runs or some shit. He was destroying them. The only good thing is friggin' the one guy I don't really like
Fried.
is Guerrero. He didn't do any shit.
Mm-mm.
Fried got friggin' lit up.
Mm-hmm.
Freed is having a great year.
He is having
having a
one.
good
So
year.
his was an off day, but Jesus.
The whole team is an off day.
To really, when I start turning the Yanks off,
Yeah,
Right.
that's not good.
7 runs in the first inning, that deserved an off button.
Yeah.
But then I turned it back on because I was keeping up with the score. And Judgy hit a home run and score and tied it at 9.
And
And they
lost.
immediately Airbender gave up 2. Stupid Airbender. Look,
He's Avatar.
it's my grump. Pissed off.
It is a very big grump.
I didn't even do my intro music for my grump either.
You're
That's
so
how pissed
mad
off I
Play
was.
it now. Play it now.
Okay.
Sad, but have a sad
Okay.
face.
Okay.
Sad face while we play
Grumpy music.
it. He is a grumpy. He's so grumpy.
That pissed me off, man. It's my team.
It's a very grumpy man
And
over there.
if they, I don't even want to think about it. I'll watch them today. We'll see.
Third place, calling your name
Oh God.
behind the Tampa Bay Rays, my
Devil
friend,
Rays.
who just keep winning.
No, they're not. They're like 5-5 or some shit.
They had a tough series against
Yeah,
the A's,
they
just
suck.
like the Yankees.
They
But
blow.
Yankees
They
had
blow.
a tough series.
They blow.
Okay.
Blowers.
And what happened at the end of the year when they beat the Yankees?
They're not. The Yankees will pull it out. They'll make some good trades.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. I want to get to some 4th of July stuff.
Let's get to 4th of July stuff. Are we talking?
Yeah, hot dogs, baby. We've got the eating contest, and the one and only Joey Chestnut is back this year from his 1-year ban because he wanted to eat beyond hot dogs. Now he said, you know what? Give me those nitrates and pork. I'm going to eat the regular hot dog
I thought
this
it was
year.
a sponsorship issue, not
It
the
was.
nitrates.
Well, no, he was sponsored by Beyond.
Sponsored by Beyond Meat.
the
Beyond
nitrates
Meat.
were fine.
He was sponsored by Beyond Meats, and he asked to eat Beyond hot dogs,
Yeah.
and they said no.
right.
And he said, okay, I'm not going to do it.
Let me ask you this: could you eat like 50 Beyond fucking hot dogs?
I couldn't
I think
eat-
you would literally like shit for a week. That stuff is just, it's not real. God, I'd rather have 50 hot dogs. But he eats more than 50. What's he eat? Like,
See, it's like 70 or
70 something, 80.
It's ridiculous.
The turd after that one's
Oh
got to
my
be just
God.
atrocious.
I bet it is formed and ready to roll.
All right, so he has so many all-time eating records that I bet you guys have never heard, right? Because we just know hot dogs.
Right. But
I'm looking up some of these things. How many apple pies in pounds?
In pounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. How many apple pies, 3-pound pieces, do you think he ate
Oh my
in 8
God.
minutes? 3-pound pieces.
Holy shit.
Good Lord.
3-pound pieces?
Mm-hmm.
What's an friggin' whole apple pie? Don't weigh 3 pounds.
How many pounds can you eat as a human?
In 8 minutes.
I'm gonna say,
ate-
don't say it. I'm gonna say 10 pieces.
No, that's 30,
30
pounds.
pounds.
No, he didn't get in 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
Well, he's a professional eater, so
4.37 3-pound slices.
so he ate
So
like
12 pounds.
God.
He
And
ate
it's all sugar.
12 pounds in
Ooh.
8 minutes.
But he eats a lot of other weird shit.
This one's for Bunk. Bologna slices in 8 minutes.
Hey, now I
Dad's
can
in
do
the
that.
running.
In
He's
pounds.
in the running.
In pounds, though.
In pounds? Oh, I fucking 3 pounds.
Him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it sliced bologna?
Sliced bologna pieces
They just have to grab sliced
in pounds.
bologna.
in pounds.
3 pounds.
In
No, more, I bet he
8
does more-
minutes.
Oh, more than 3 pounds then.
It's easier to eat than the pie.
It is
I'm
easier.
I'm saying 13 pounds.
6 pounds.
15.7
Oh my God.
pounds of bologna.
That
There's
is
so many
gross.
long forms. So the flaps. How many flaps of chicken wings? You
Flaps?
Yeah, not the
It's
drumette, but
wing
the
with
flap.
Oh,
the
the
thing
other-
connected.
Right, the long form chicken wings
Long form.
in 30 minutes.
Long form.
See, that's so the bone here. It would present a problem,
It
right?
would. Average chestnut.
Like, how would you eat those quickly?
He ate a lot of them.
So you're asking in
I
pounds,
don't
wings in
see
pounds?
No,
see
not in
that.
pounds. Each.
How many wings?
How-
Well, because you're not eating half the weight of the wing, because the bones maybe
yeah, but you got to like suck them off the
50
wing.
wings.
How do they even do that? Do
50
they-
wings.
Did they check the wing to
What
see
was
if
the
he
time?
ate it?
How long does it get?
30 minutes.
Oh, God.
Oh, more.
Oh.
85 wings.
135.
182 hot wings in 30 minutes.
God.
Gotta eat them like the cartoons ate those corn on the cob for this.
You have to just like suck the meat
There
off
are
them.
so many. Look. I'm going to look at this. That's all his eating.
Oh, my God.
Here you go. I'm going to end it with this, okay? Pulled pork in pounds
Sandwiches?
in 10 minutes.
10 minutes pulled pork.
Smoked pulled
pounds,
pork.
7 pounds.
Pulled pork is heavy.
Pulled pork.
Yeah, it's so fatty and heavy.
But if
8 pounds.
9 pounds, 6 ounces.
how's that guy alive?
For real.
I don't even understand it.
Is it one shit that gets all 12 pounds out?
I
Traditional tortilla tacos, 126 in 8 minutes. Tamales, 102 in 12 minutes.
That's sickening.
All right,
It's
we need to know
gross.
how much this man makes.
Waffle,
makes-
Eggos. So
he makes a lot.
Eggo waffles in 8 minutes. This is my last
Eggo
one.
waffles.
Eggos, frozen
All right,
Eggo
those things are
waffles.
tough. In 8 minutes,
8 minutes.
I'm going to say 30.
More than that. 60.
We're at 10 a minute, boys, at 81
Oh my god.
in 8 minutes.
That's truly amazing.
It's a wild. The amount of like White Castle, White Hut cheeseburgers, 52 in 10 minutes. Twinkies, 121 in 6 minutes.
Twinkies you could stick
Oh
like
my
10 in
god,
your
how
mouth at one
horrible
time.
would you feel with that much sugar?
What? That's real, but they're very naturally made.
There's so much. It's gross.
All right, here's how much do you think he's worth? I have it here.
You know what? He makes a lot of money.
$3.7 million.
Nah, I don't think. 1.2.
He's worth about 3 million.
God,
That's not worth it.
it's not worth it.
That's not enough.
Your guts.
That's not enough.
His guts are
But
his
have
guts
you
are
seen
messed
him
up.
lately? He looks like he's aged about 50
he
years.
does. Yeah, he does.
They all do.
He looks like Florida man.
I saw a documentary with Kobayashi, the other like eating king before Chestnut, and he was like,
Yeah.
I messed my stomach up so much that I just have to force myself to eat on
Yeah.
a schedule because I don't actually want food.
He's never hungry anymore.
That's gross, man.
Yeah, I saw that too.
That's
That was
a nasty. Who came up with?
competitive eating.
You know, they're having as an FYI, there is a Ace Hardware down in Austin I was in. They're actually having a hot dog eating contest today. And they're giving away like a Weber grill for first place. They're giving away like,
All right, Gary,
Real
warm them
things.
guts up. You just cleared them out.
warm 'em up.
I had 2 burritos yesterday and I'm feeling it.
It wrecked you.
I cannot imagine the shit that comes out of this guy's a-hole there. It's
All
got to
right.
be just disgusting.
I mean, he has to go to the ass doctor, right?
Ugh.
He
God.
has to have
The ass,
regular checkups.
he goes to the ass, man.
He has like monthly colonoscopies or something.
It is. It's got to be. It's got to be.
That's
nasty.
crazy.
I always used to think, just on the same type of subject. You ever watch those Andrew Zimmern when he used to go eat all that weird shit?
Yes.
Yes.
And I used to always want to write him a letter and go, Andrew, what kind of shits do you have?
I met him. I've met him. He's super nice.
No, I think he's a nice guy, but some of that stuff, can you imagine what comes out of you after
Yeah.
you eat it? It's got to just be like the most
Especially
repulsive.
if you're not used to it.
God, it's got to be repulsive. What
that dude's
comes
got
out
an
of you.
iron stomach.
He's got an iron ass.
Gross. Gross.
That's
The iron ass, man.
That came out of your mouth too quick.
And I like Andrew Zimmern, but I always thought, I was told Mom a long time ago, I said, I'm going to write him a letter and just say, hey, I appreciate what you do. But
He's a nice guy, though.
can you please?
Say thanks, Jeff. I appreciate the comment.
Can you
All
explain,
right,
please
we're on-
explain that?
we're on the subject of food, and I gotta get you. There was a birthday in the family, and the choice of dinner was a friggin' Brazilian steakhouse.
Okay.
And my God, do those
You don't like
things
those.
they suck so
Why
bad.
don't you like those?
They're suck so bad. Constantly getting people
Fine.
sick.
The food's
I
fine.
don't-
It was for 2 of us was $211.
Oh, yeah, no, they are expensive.
Right.
But it's basically, you can sit there all day and eat.
Right.
Yeah, but it was not. It's just
You don't like them.
so much meat.
I know, but you don't like
It's
them.
like I forced myself to keep eating because I was paying the money, and I had like meat sweats. It was terrible.
Ugh.
Just so much steak.
Hey, afterwards, did you have Zimmern ass?
Zimmer ass. I Zimmer ass that one.
How was your iron ass?
That
after?
guy's gonna friggin' write us a cease
No, I
and
like
desist.
him. I think he's a great
Don't
guy.
talk about me anymore.
He's probably like turned around and said, "What the hell came out of me there?"
Okay.
But you don't like the Brazilian places
No,
for other
it's
reasons.
gross.
You think they're unsanitary.
Yeah. Buffets, all of them. They're
I know. I'm
gross.
just saying. I think that's what I get you.
I'm surprised I'm not in his situation today.
Oh, when did you go? Just recently?
Last night.
Oh, and then you tried to go golf in the rain.
Yeah.
He tucked himself in nice and early.
Check this out. 11:30 is not that early.
I'm 90. I have to get up early. That's what you did.
All right there.
Yep.
All right. I've been in this house past 7 o'clock at night.
You're
You
a
look
rester.
like a comatose human being on your little chair.
Hey, come on, man.
You've already had your pontoon for the day. How many pontoons? 4th of July. How many pontoons you getting tonight?
We
Yeah, come on.
we did order some.
Attaboy.
Some hot dogs.
Green delivered
Hey,
today.
wife wants hot dogs tonight too.
Yeah.
There'll be hot dogs in the Pick house tonight.
Oh, I love it. It's a tradition.
But I got salad and vegetables too.
You think Mom's not going to have salads and vegetables?
I'm not talking about Mom.
Well, I don't know.
You'll have mustard.
No, mustard comes from a mustard seed, I believe,
Correct.
which is a form of a plant.
Seeds are from the ground, right?
It comes from the ground. And I'll put a relish on it, which is a pickle base that comes from a cucumber, sir.
What about? Oh my god! What about the cheese?
I'll have some good old.
The yellow?
Cheese. No,
Yellow
no
Kraft
yellow.
singles?
Not a yellow. No, God no.
Pepper Jack? You a Pepper Jack guy?
Nah, not too much.
Little cheddar?
Jesus, no.
What are you going with? We're
Christ.
running out of
Little
White
cheeses.
American.
Some
White American
Munster?
cheese.
Oh god,
Right, that's
white
the
American
same as
is
the shitty one we said first.
It's 4th of July.
It's just
the
white.
Kraft singles.
It's white Kraft
no,
singles.
I get the deli ones though. They're better.
It's just in a block,
Yeah,
so
from
they have to
HEB.
shave it.
They just take the plastic.
Whoa,
wrap
whoa,
off
whoa!
and give
Hey,
it to
hey!
you.
Don't you
it is.
badmouth HEB, my
It is.
friend?
It is. It's
Oh,
good
you're
There's-
an HEB fan?
There's proud partners in the room.
Yes. Team
yes.
members.
Let me show the hot dog.
Already got nominated for awards, my friend.
Oh boy.
I 100% did. Dad saw them.
Yeah, he's doing well. Wee, proud of you, son.
He's doing well.
Hey, at both jobs,
I know. I'm just messing with you.
and
Jeez.
I
you
get
get grumpy when you don't golf.
also got the best co-host award for this podcast that I just gave myself. So
Oh,
He gets very
3
grumpy
awards.
when he's not golfing.
I wanted to golf,
I know you had new clubs,
brand
right?
new clubs.
All right, I like it.
how many swings you get with the irons today? 4?
Two.
2.
Two.
Were you afraid, like in the rain, they might ruin them or something?
No,
Okay,
I just
don't
literally we played 3 holes, and I said, "Can we leave, Gary?"
okay, all right. I like it. I like where you're going. I
Yep.
like what you're putting down.
All right, we can get back on baseball for you now.
Let's get back on. I gotta kick this off, Gary. I gotta ask you,
Yeah,
as a
yes.
former pitcher,
That's right.
in the major leagues, minor league,
No.
major leagues, minor leagues,
Big difference.
Professionally,
professionally. Jeez, grumpy guy. When the coaches came out and talked to you, what do they say? What are they out there
Oh.
saying?
Oh man,
playing. Man, you suck.
run the
today.
gamut. I mean, some of them did.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes it would all come down. Well, you would get approached by your head coach or your pitching coach.
Yep.
Those are the two people that would come out most of the time. 99% of the time.
Catcher would come see you too.
Well, he's talking. Or if we're throwing catchers.
No,
then-
I'm talking about coaches when they come.
okay. The pitching coaches are usually because you're not getting pulled from the game. If the pitching
Yeah.
coach is coming out, for the most part, it depends on their personality. I mean, some coaches come out and they would say, "You're fucking terrible today."
Really?
Yes. And some would tell you a joke or say something non-baseball related. Most of them would just I'd say the majority of the time they would come out from the pitching coaches and just say, "Hey, how you doing?" And you would be like, because they're just getting a feel like, how are you actually
okay.
physically holding up? And most of the time you would lie and just say, "I'm doing great."
Yeah, I would. Who wouldn't?
Yeah. When the head coaches come out, they're much more stern because you're probably getting pulled unless you can talk your way into staying. So when they're coming out, they're a little more. They just kind of walk up to the mound and say, "Give me the ball." Or, "You did great."
Yeah.
And if they put their hand out, you got it. That's like the judgment. You have to give them the ball. If you don't, it's going to be a big mess.
Yeah, that's when the superstars. That's when you're on the 4-letter network.
The worst
at
thing you
night.
can do as a pitcher is toss the coach the ball.
Ooh.
That is the ultimate no-no for that situation. If you do that, you're going to be feeling it. You're probably not going to pitch for a while, and you're going to be feeling it at practice.
Wow.
Even a little toss.
It is interesting because when I see the managers go out, they generally don't even say anything. They just come out with their hand,
Yeah.
take the ball, and then
On the pro,
pat them
yeah.
pat them on the
I'm
back.
sure at the
Yeah.
lower levels, though, there's more conversation because you're still earning your way or learning your way into the major leagues.
Well, they don't come out and tell you any mechanical fixes. There's no like actual, you're leaving your front shoulder open. None of that. It's always just how you feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time in the minors, I was having a really good streak, And it was like maybe 5 or 6 outings in a row. I didn't let up a run. I was doing really well. And then I just met a day where it just was the complete opposite. I couldn't get a guy out. And the coach came out, the head coach came out, and he's like, man, you've been killing it lately. Great job, Gary. Gave me the ball. Gave me the old ass slap. Took it to the bench.
Yes.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
But the difference is if you start walking guys, if you're throwing balls or they're not even close or you're hitting batters or you're messing something up, then that's when they come out and they're pissed off at you. If you're throwing strikes and they're just lighting you up, there's nothing you could do. The dudes are just lighting you up. I mean, what are you going to tell the guys? So they come out and just say, nice try, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. I was curious about that. And the other question I had for you is, like when these guys, we were talking on a couple podcasts ago about hitting batters, and like the one dude was like,
I remember
threw like 100 miles an hour.
I remember listening to this, and you throw the ball as hard as you possibly can.
Man, that's
you aim for their lower back.
Okay. It just seemed weird that you know you're going to hit them, but
Yes.
you're still cranking it at 100 because that's got to hurt. God, that's got to hurt.
But you got to understand why you do that. If you don't throw it hard, then what is it?
I get it.
Like there has to be a penalty. They did something that
penalty.
well, they usually did something against your team or you or something. You know,
Yeah,
so
I
you gotta shut it down.
You think it'd be more disrespectful if you just like
It would be so much
arc
more.
lob?
Yes,
That would be awesome.
that would cause a fight.
Yeah, that would be
that
awesome.
would be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
That would be pretty cool.
You just throw the little big leagues floater.
That'd be nuts. Just float it. Float it.
That would be kind of funny.
Mom?
And the guy gets pissed because you didn't throw it hard to him.
The worst thing you can do is not hit the guy.
Yeah, and have to throw again at
Yes.
him.
Oh,
If
I
you
got
miss
you.
2 times, holy shit! So you're getting kangaroo courted. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Well, from your own team, right?
Yeah, you get internally fined.
Oh,
That's what kangaroo court
Jeez.
is. It's like
And then they save all the money to go buy something at the end or whatever.
wow.
yeah, but the coaches usually always steal it. They blame you guys didn't run hard enough, and they steal all the money at the end.
Yeah, we're minor league coaches. We need your
Holy
money.
shit.
We had
man.
saved up probably $800 to $900 in quarters one
Wow.
season. We would put a cup out in the bullpen, and just fans would flick quarters down, and we would put like you get a bat or something if you make it in. And our coaches knew we were doing this the whole time. And right at the end of the season, before we cashed it in, they came into the locker and they took it all.
Good God.
Quarters are mine.
Never saw it again.
Wow. All right, I got one more question for you. Fans yelling shit.
Yeah.
So if you're on the field, do you hear it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you do.
Oh, yeah. Even on the mound.
Okay, I was curious. Do you think the batters? How about the batters? They hear all that
Oh,
shit?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
They never look, and I mean, some of that stuff is brutal, man.
Yeah, you guys were talking about, I forget what player it was, his mom.
Yeah, it was Marte.
I think his mom
Yeah.
got murdered.
Yes.
She was killed, I think, in like a traffic accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is, I'm so happy they did that to the fan. I mean, there's a line, you got to make an example.
Yeah,
Some of these
absolutely.
people, they go to the park to try and just ruin people's days and lives. And I mean, you said it perfectly last time. You can say I suck all day long.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever you want to make fun of me for, if I throw, whatever. But to say, like in college, I would get a lot of stuff how they wanted to screw my mom and my sister's a whore. And, like that's a lot.
That's ridiculous, man.
It just doesn't. One time, the worst was in Boston. Whenever we would go up to Boston to play, there was a few times when I would have a father-son duo yelling at me, and the son was maybe like 10. And I'm warming up in the bullpen, and the son is dropping F-bombs, telling me how much he hates me and my family and everything about me, and the dad's right there with him. Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, well, it doesn't surprise me it's in Boston.
Yeah.
That to me, I don't understand. I don't understand why, like, it's kind of almost like fun to just go, you suck, you can't hit
Yeah.
the ball or something. I mean, I get that, but I don't understand I don't understand
The heavy
other-
heckling.
That level just doesn't. I don't even understand it. Why
They're
would
like
you do it?
because they prepared for it. It's not just like a spur of the moment. Oh,
Right.
you suck. They were like, oh, I'm doing research for a week on
I
this
know, but
guy.
it makes like zero sense to me. I honestly, you're at a ball game. I don't get it. I just don't get the whole thing. And I heard it when you were in college. They were
They were bad.
brutal.
I mean, people feel like when you pay the admission, you get to do literally whatever you want to all the performing monkeys out on the field. It's
I know how that goes in the restaurant world, my friend.
Yeah, they feel like the restaurant rule is actually very similar
Yeah.
to the way they feel like
Get
I bought a plate.
Shit on constantly.
Yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I want.
It's just crazy. I mean, like I said, I can understand, like, even in the restaurant, hey, this, this undercooked, this sucks or something.
No, there's worse.
No,
than
no,
that.
I'm just saying, I could even understand that. And in baseball, I get the regular heckling. I don't understand, like, that next level of personal.
Mm-hmm.
And then those guys, I see them in the on deck circle, and they're really close to the fans.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, how can you not turn around and just, God.
The way that they do the attendance is most of the time your fans are behind your dugout, so it's really not that bad. But you do get people.
Yeah.
Yeah, if on a go on StubHub, you can get a ticket any part of the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's a crazy thing that people feel like they can.
I think basketball's worse than baseball.
Oh my God, basketball's
Basketball's probably
right on
worst.
the court.
Right on the.
But
yes.
those basketball players chirp back. They say shit.
They
back.
do chirp back.
The
and
past
that's why
several
it
years
gets
they've
bad.
been pointing fans out
Yeah.
and getting them kicked out,
Yeah,
which is great.
which is right. And sometimes
It is
in basketball, you even got the opposing guy's father yelling.
Yes.
I know.
How about all the celebrities and stuff that are like on the court?
I know.
What is that about?
Dapping people up after threes and to
crazy.
get off the court.
Hey, they made great plays.
Get off the court.
I know. I agree. Yeah, the baseball thing it bothers me. It bothers me more because it's a slower game. It's not like you're constantly moving. I mean, in basketball, they're yelling at you, but you're running up and down. In football, they can't.
I don't even know if you can hear in
Nobody
football,
can
yeah.
hear shit in football.
No.
But baseball is like you're in a bullpen or you're on deck.
Well,
or
especially
you're in
we
the
were
field.
talking about those teams like the Colorado Rockies where 4 fans are there. It just echoes through the whole park.
Yeah.
Everyone's hearing
That's
everything.
brutal. I just don't. That's just, to me, is senseless.
You hear it on like the broadcast booths picking it up.
I know you can hear him. That's what I mean. You can hear the guys behind the
Yeah.
behind the plate yelling shit too. It's like, God, get a life, man.
Yeah. I would say that the actual heckling, if you do it the right way, it's for the players. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like if
If it's
weird.
the right way.
If you tell me I suck, if I strike out and you say, oh, you strike, whatever the basic stuff, that makes the game so much more fun.
Yeah.
E6.
Yeah, or the left, right.
Yeah.
Or if you're warming up in the bullpen and they're making fun of your pitches as you're trying. That's all a part of the game, and it
Yeah.
makes it better.
I agree. But then there's too many that just go to the next goal. Like you
Bunch
said,
of sad people
research
out
your
there.
family and shit.
Yeah.
Holy crap. And that dude that got kicked out, he was 22 years old.
Yeah.
What the hell made him? He had it. Like, who would know that he yelled shit like that's just, it makes no sense to me.
Well, they have microphones all over. They hear everything in the stands now.
No, he's saying,
No, I
like,
mean,
how would you come to the point of
He
want to say
oh,
that?
Yeah.
And he had to, like,
'Cause you're
before
just
the game, go, oh, look, I'm going to
was probably
research.
Because you're just a shitbag human being.
God.
Yeah, he's probably just drinking and thought he saw something, and
Well,
it's horrible.
So,
anyhow.
yeah,
All right. Sucked.
sucked.
What else you got here, Picker?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty happy with where Tampa's at as far as baseball goes.
God, okay. We
Playing
already covered
good.
that, man.
Pitching is very good
already
right now.
covered
They're
Tampa.
hitting very well. Junior Caminero having a great year.
Yeah. All-Star? Any All-Stars from the Devil
They'll
Rays?
get picked up.
No,
There should be a lot of
No
them.
starters. Zero.
Well, there should be a lot of them, but you know what? Small market.
Booney's picking them, so you never know.
Booney's not going to pick anyone.
He's the head coach.
Yeah, he's a turd sandwich.
He doesn't pick the players. Does
He hates Tampa. He hates everybody.
I mean, the starters.
Yeah, the
pass the
coach's
starters.
choice. Yeah, he hates Tampa, so maybe I won't get anybody there.
He'll pick his pitchers.
Well, you have to have one.
He'll choose one, but he hates.
It's going to be the
It's
low.
every
the
time
low,
he
loud
gets
guy.
in a fight. He's loud as shit every game he plays Tampa. He's just a
God.
whiny little guy.
You're an angry bird.
Boone. Honest to God, there's so much talent on that Yankees team for the whole team to be slumping
There's
at the
not right
same
now,
time
though.
like that.
There's not. They had to get the guys in the right spot.
No,
sucking.
they're not. Look how much money they're not playing Goldschmidt every day.
No, that bothers me.
That's weird.
Yeah, Boone
You know what?
is the problem.
That's actually pissing me off.
It's weird.
He is like he's an everyday guy, and then when they start sitting him, when they played him in a little stretch this last week, his average went up again,
Mm-hmm.
and then they sat him yesterday. It's like, why are you sitting him?
Yeah.
You need to win the game. Play your best players.
Correct. They're not doing that. That's a Boone thing. That is a manager thing.
No, I agree with you.
It's time.
Who's playing in his spot sometimes?
Ben Rice.
Ben Rice.
Well, they love Ben Rice, don't they?
Well,
They do.
And Ben Rice was
That's probably a front office.
He
but
was
he was
DH-ing.
a DH, and then Stanton came
Parmesan
back.
Carlo came
So they got
back
to get Stanton his time in there.
because they're paying him $34 million.
But I would sit Rice before I sat
I would sit Stanton before I sat either
Well, I
of those
would
two
too, but
guys.
they're not
They should trade one for a third baseman.
I think they're putting Ben Rice. They're trying him at catcher because their catcher situation blows too. So, but he's learning how to catch in the majors, for crying out loud.
You mean catching's bad from a defensive? Austin Wells, right?
Austin Wells and then JC Escara, but
Escara is not very good.
Or just the not hitting? Is that what you mean?
no, they don't hit Austin Wells.
He's a boomer bust guy.
You don't really care the catcher's hitting, though. As long as they're defensively great, they're going to be on the team.
But they're not. They don't throw anybody out, man. Zero. They have
And that's a pitcher problem too, because every single one of those pitchers is long as shit to the plate
but
too.
they don't. Come on, man. They don't throw anybody out.
I did watch a couple Yankees games. I will admit it, because I wanted to see the.
You want a hat?
competition.
Should I get you a hat?
No. Here's a problem I saw for them. They're trying to pick off people constantly, and guess what? They get to 2, they can't do it
Yeah, you
again.
can't do it
Everybody's just
anymore.
running on them.
The only one that can pick anybody off is Max Fried.
Why are they even trying?
I don't know.
I
Don't blame Boone. It's not Boone's problem.
That's not Booney. That's
The catcher's
Call-
position is hurting. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Austin Wells was awesome for the first month.
He strikes out too much.
He strikes out a lot.
Guy, he strikes out an enormous. He has a great swing, but he just never hits the ball. I mean, if he does, he hits a home run. But
Maybe he's a catcher.
he is a catcher.
Telling you,
but-
don't really care how they hit. You would love. It's a
His
bonus.
defense
You
isn't
would love
great,
it.
Gary.
Yeah,
I
his
haven't
defense-
watched him. If his
but
defense
they're-
sucks, then you get rid of him.
Their pitching has been quite wild too. It's hard to catch when you can't trust the pitcher to even get close to your glove, because it hasn't even been close to
Are we
the glove.
talking?
Is it that ugly?
Airbender?
Yes.
Yeah,
that ugly.
It's that
I
ugly.
mean, what you're
pretty bad.
describing
The middle-
is like
the
high
middle-
school baseball.
The middle relievers can't hit the zone. They're walking so many people. And then when they hit the zone, because it's a 3-0, they're throwing it right down the middle and everyone's getting green light.
Yeah, the walks are, as you know, the walks are brutal.
The Blue
can't walk
Jays
people.
literally just for one whole series sat and only swung at fastballs.
Yeah,
They just let everything else go.
it's and Devin Williams he's as a closer. The thing I hated when your closer's walking guys, and he always has guys on base. He never throws clean innings as a closer, which puts him in trouble.
Every time.
And somebody either makes a mistake or he threw a wild pitch. The wild pitch actually beat him two games ago. He threw a wild pitch. Guy on third came in. They lost by 1 run. It's like
It's hard to catch when it's that unpredictable.
Yeah,
Your guys
They're hurt,
have to
man.
be around where you're.
they got to make
where
some
you're at.
changes. I don't know what they're going to do, but they got to make some changes. Who knows?
What third baseman out there? I know. So you feel like they need a third baseman, but
I think they need a third baseman.
okay. So you'd move Jazz to second.
I would move him to
LeMahieu.
second.
Where would he go?
Would
you move
he would be
LeMahieu?
a utility guy.
Okay. So what third baseman out there would you go after? The big one is Suarez, right? That's the big name on
He
the
is
market.
the big name. I heard Bregman might be on the market.
Yeah, I did
Crazy
too.
is that?
Bregman. Yeah.
just got rid of-
after
I
all
think
that.
Boston's selling right now.
But they just
Yeah, but they just got him and they got rid of Devers because
I know.
of Bregman.
That's
They
know.
got rid of Devers because of Bregman.
No, Bregman would be a great third baseman over there. I mean, I'd take him. But I don't know if there's any like superstar guys that are going to come over.
Suarez is the only
Suarez is
big
good.
name, and he's probably the biggest trade piece
Yeah.
of the year right
Get
now.
Machado.
But
No,
God, they'd never
They're not
get rid
going to
of
move him.
Even
Yeah.
though they're all falling way behind in that.
Holy
division.
shit!
Those
I
guys,
looked
they
at
were all close
that
there for
was
a while.
that
Good
was
God,
the
man.
toughest division in baseball for
Not
the
a-
first.
yeah.
It's not.
Dodgers
It's gone.
are killing everybody.
Dodgers are now best record in baseball. Second place is 9 games out.
That's what I was
San
going to say.
Diego.
I think it was 8 or 9 games. So
9 games. They're 6 games over 500, and they're 9 behind the Dodgers.
yeah,
Arizona's selling. Colorado is 36 games out of first place.
I think they had the one player. I think
One
he's a
pitcher.
third, isn't he? No, they have a
Oh, Toglia? Michael Toglia?
No. They have shit. I can't remember his name. I think he might be a third baseman actually, but you don't want to pick him up. I don't know who the Yankees.
The
are gonna
Yankees
pick up.
can't just get a nobody and hope he's great.
No, you got to get somebody.
That's why I'm
You got to have a
saying
name guy.
Suarez is hitting the ball. That would be the most attractive piece for the Yankees.
But even in the interim, Jazz Chisholm's a second baseman.
And an
And
outfielder.
you play him at third, and the guys that are playing second can play third. It doesn't. I don't even understand.
Those are
that.
coaching
Those
problems.
are coaching
That's
decisions,
what
which I don't.
I sent
really
you that
don't
text, and
understand.
I know I
don't
jive you and
understand.
mess with you about Boone, but that was a legitimate. They need to get rid.
Tho-
like
those are coaching
he needs to
issues.
not.
Yeah,
I think his time has run out.
Well, he's taking a lot of flack right now.
He should.
So I'm not disagreeing with you, right?
He's
Today.
leaving pitchers in too long.
When they make their comeback, though, I'll probably change my tune.
I'm sure you
Typical
will.
Yankee fan.
Yep.
I don't know. Who else is doing? We had the Tigers are friggin' killing. Are you?
They
watching
are
any of that,
killing
Gary?
everybody. Nobody. They're just second best team of baseball.
So what do you think, Gary? Do you follow the Tigers at all?
Not really. I'm mostly following the fantasy guys I have in their teams.
You remember Javi Baez, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
So he moved to the outfield. Now he's a starting outfielder in an
Mhm.
All-Star game. He's like made this huge resurgence.
Unbelievable center fielder.
Yeah.
He's been an unbelievable center fielder.
Great, good for him. I'm happy for him. But the Tigers have 2 of the 3 outfielders in the All-Star game.
They
So
deserve it.
they do deserve it. They are friggin' and I can tell you the best pitcher in baseball is Skubal.
Tarek Skubel's unbelievable, right?
He's the best pitcher in baseball right now.
He locates everything so
God,
perfectly
he
on the
is-
corners.
he's
It's not like
really
he's
good.
overpowering.
Yeah.
He just and his movement's not crazy, not an airbender,
No, fucking
but
Bender.
he is elite at spotting the ball.
He's really good, man. He's consistent.
He's never not like if you look at his pitch chart, he's never in the middle of the zone. It is either outside or inside. Everything's outside inside.
Yeah, he's a player. So I don't know. We'll see. All-Star break usually stuff happens.
Yeah.
Maybe the break will be good for some of the teams. I know the Braves they're kind of a shambles.
They're 12 games out.
Yeah, and
they're
they got
not.
guys. They just moved my boy Doogie down. They released him.
Yep.
The Doogmater.
Yep.
Well, they sold. Like, they're in a rebound right
Yeah.
now. They got rid of Freeman. They got rid of Swanson.
But they still had they have Matt Chapman. They got rid of Freeman because they have Matt Chapman. Or not Matt Chapman, I'm sorry,
Matt Olson.
Matt Olson.
Yeah.
Who is the best hitting, like quietly
He
the
is.
best hitting first baseman in baseball
But
this year.
they're just not a good team. And you think they'd get rid of Acuna?
No.
That would be.
I don't think anybody, because
because
it's a huge contract and he's been hurt for 2 years. I don't think anybody's going to take that contract.
He's playing well though.
It's a massive contract, though,
Yeah, well,
for somebody that's been hurt a lot in the past 2 years.
they're going to do something. I think they're going to have to do something.
So as it stands now, if we're looking at play-up or races for the divisions, we're about halfway through the season, right? The East is tight. There's 3 teams going for it, right? Tampa, New York, Toronto.
Yep.
I think whoever, honestly, in that division, whoever doesn't win it, those
Well,
are
they
the 2.
know.
I
Yeah.
think those are the 2 wild card teams.
Probably
Detroit is
killing everybody.
probably has it locked. 12 and a half games. Twins are in second place
Oh my
at 12
God,
and a half
12
out.
and a half.
12 and a half out.
Wow.
The second place team is under 500.
Who's that?
The Twins
Oh my god.
in that division. So that's not happening. Houston is just taking off on that one too. Right? Seattle's kind of got it.
We lost.
Yeah, I think we lost. I think he's got I think those burritos. Those burritos are coming back, baby.
live and on air.
Milwaukee could make a run at the Cubs. They're 4 games out. Nobody's going to catch the Dodgers.
No, I agree.
So it's like it feels very buttoned up. But the East on both divisions have races,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Yeah, I think it's I'm curious. The trade deadline's coming. I think there's going to be a lot of
I think
activity.
the Mets are going to buy a lot.
Yeah, I think they need to.
They just went all in on the Soto, right? So it's like
Yeah.
you better move now because that window is closing.
It is, and they're kind of like the Yankees. They started out hot, and then now they're kind of blah.
Yeah.
So it'll be curious to see how this series goes here this weekend.
It even feels like the wild card races are
Yeah.
like. I mean, besides the friggin' Angels,
Angels are winning.
the game and a half out of the wild
Yeah,
card
they're not bad.
with right fielder Mike Trout.
Trouty, Mr. Trout.
Honestly, they have some young players that are really good. They can't pitch to save their lives.
No,
So
sadly.
that's what I've got. All right, it's just shifting sports. Unless you have any more baseball,
Nope. What do
I
you
want
wanna
to shift to Gary over here. See, he loosely follows some basketball.
Not this year, I haven't.
What have you noticed any of the news though? Like these contracts, I know baseball gets a bad rap about crazy contracts. How do you feel about these basketball contracts going out right now?
I think if the player can play, there's so few of them
Okay,
that it's worth
but
it.
SGA,
Yeah.
$70 million a year.
Yeah.
That's gross.
It is gross.
It is.
Baseball's not even like that. And
No.
baseball overpays players.
Right, but you're paying less people. I don't know. Honestly, you would have to see like what is the revenue they're bringing in. Like,
Yeah, in
I don't
Oklahoma
know.
City.
That's a basketball haven now.
Now,
Yeah.
but still, they're not like, that's a small market. They're not
You would have to, I don't know.
pulling in what the Lakers are pulling in.
I mean, what is the league minimum for NBA?
That's a good question.
Probably
I don't
about $1
know.
million?
I don't know. Oh, I bet it's more than that.
Do you think so?
Because everybody's making I don't know. Actually, that's a good question.
The league minimum is $1.2 million
Okay.
Yeah. So you would figure
for
they
players with 0 years of experience.
have 5 or guys like that on there, maybe fresh from the D
So
League or something.
3 years of experience, $2.3 million.
Oh, so it goes on years for
Years of
NBA?
experience.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's
not bad.
That's actually kind of good for the players.
Yeah, it's good for the players.
I don't think baseball wasn't like that.
I don't think it's.
I
don't
played
think
in the
it's like
Stone
that.
Ages of baseball, though.
Yeah, like
I played in when baseball was actually baseball.
you
still.
got some paper
I
clips
did.
and some gum.
But you know what? You know what I got because I didn't get all the money, as I got the old school experience of what baseball kind
You
of
did.
was. In this, I was the last bastion of the '70s, '80s kind of mentality of baseball.
I think it's gross when in football is getting this way with quarterbacks too. When like LeBron opts into his, and it's LeBron, I get it, he's going to get paid, but he opts into his club friendly player option of $52 million.
Yeah.
That's gross. 54, I'm sorry. Club friendly
Per year.
discount. Jesus Christ, he's 40.
And he's going to sit and see if they actually make any moves before he decides whether he wants to
play anymore.
ask
or
him.
not.
No, he's
To
playing.
move.
He might want to move. But the thing that killed me, I was reading through, and I don't follow a lot of basketball, but I was reading through like all the signees. I never even heard of like 3/4 of them, and they were signing 12, 15, $20 million contracts. Like,
Yeah.
who is this freaking guy?
It's a lot of
I
money.
know that's what you got to see. What is what are these teams actually bringing in?
Yeah.
They got to be bringing in gangbusters. I mean,
it's
It's
crazy.
expensive to go to a basketball game.
It
It's
is
$80.
expensive.
It's like
Is
$80
it?
bucks. The
Yeah.
Spurs, it was $80.
it's expensive.
Wow.
A ticket. That's crazy.
No, I didn't know that. That's
And soccer overpays too. Like those,
Soccer's expensive.
Soccer's crazy expensive, but you're not paying $80 to go watch Austin FC.
No.
Baseball is probably the most fan-friendly prices, and it's not cheap.
It's not
think
cheap.
it is, yeah.
Football's gross.
I mean, it might.
Football
you can
is
get
gross.
like a what do they call like a bleacher seat for I don't know $40 or $30.
Where?
Baseball?
In baseball, less.
I've
less
got,
than that.
I've got $10 tickets to see the Astros within the
think-
past
I think-
8 years.
I think this year Colorado was selling $3 tickets at one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
But they're terrible. But you could go for
Right.
$3 to go watch
I
it.
wonder what hockey is. What are the hockey guys getting paid?
They get paid a lot.
Is it comparable to
Basketball.
Is it really?
Yes.
No, they're
It's not like 70 million. The top end guys aren't making it, but their average is high.
But again, so like football, look at football. They only play a set. And I mean, baseball plays a lot of games.
A lot of games.
So you can almost, I can almost justify them making a lot of money. I mean, that's
162 games is a lot.
that's hard.
A
That's
long
hard
time.
on your body to play that
Right.
and consistently do it.
Basketball's up there too, 82.
Football, they don't play that many games.
No, they're complaining about 17 now.
I know. And I mean, that's in hockey. I don't know. They like
play a
right-
lot. They're like basketball.
Yeah,
80
they're up
something.
there pretty high too. And that's
60
a really
something.
physical sport too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I was shocked at the basketball dudes. How many I'd never heard of signing big contracts. I was like, I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah,
The way the world's moving now.
it's
crazy.
It is. I mean, it is crazy because
it really
it's
is. It's not unique to sports.
you have to have money to enjoy sports now, which is sad.
Oh yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
got to have a lot of money.
That's
Never,
true.
never mind being a kid trying to play sports these days.
Oh my god!
You have
Yeah.
to take out a fucking loan to play Little League.
Oh, I know.
Trust
I
me.
know. You know
Trust
what?
me, I know.
It's
That's
insane.
That's so funny because I think, when I played, obviously you didn't have all this, but I think now don't you have to have your own helmet, your
Yep.
own
Yes.
bat, your own like everything. I used to coach Little League with bring the whole
You just get
bag
the
of
team
bats
bat.
and balls.
That's
and,
how we.
Yeah.
That's what I was
You
saying.
know,
I was on
team helmets.
the last end
Yeah.
of where it was
Yeah.
just you picked up a bat and if it felt good, that's what you used.
You
Yeah.
put the. I already always remember there was one guy on the baseball team where you pick up the helmet and put it in. You're like,
Oh,
God, that
yeah.
sweaty
And there's
asshole.
sweat, like,
It's just
squirted on your face.
You're like, asshole.
And they had like 9,000 pimples, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh god.
You just you write. There were some helmets you wrote names on it. You said this is only for that person.
I remember going to your friend and be like, let me get your helmet when you're done.
I know. Look for the guys
Let me
that
get
wore the
yours.
hats underneath it.
Yes.
Those were the
Yes,
best.
you're like,
Nasty,
all right, that's
dude.
How,
that's a
how
good
about
one.
when the bases are loaded and the only helmet left is a
Oh, it's
friggin'
the
like
one.
extra large
Yes,
one? That's
yeah.
just a wobbling
Yeah.
on your
Yep.
head.
You take a swing and
because
it
there's
swivels
only
around.
4. There's only you're in the warm up on deck circle without a helmet. The guy in front of you strikes out and just takes it off
Yeah,
and
that
hands it
was
to
awesome.
you.
What
Yeah.
about,
Awesome,
what
dude.
about the working out the old school where you had to do the neck thing and put your
Oh,
face on it?
God.
Holy shit. It was like squeezing sweat out from 30
I know.
years ago.
Man, it has changed a ton.
Yeah.
Oh,
has
yeah,
changed.
it's changed.
I remember getting on those benches, like the bench, and it's half of it's cracked. There's stuffing
Yes.
coming out of it.
Yeah.
And your brother Wes is screaming in your face, "Let's go!" And you're like, "Oh my God, that's terrible."
Yeah.
Ah, it was good times. Good times.
It has changed a lot.
It's
Yeah,
all
it
special.
does.
Everything's specialty. If you want to throw a ball, then you got to do the 7 workouts to how to throw a ball.
Hey,
instead
I
of
will
just
say this: I'm in
it's
the
worth it.
wrestling world now, and the only thing, not even headgear,
a real
is
wrestling.
real wrestling. The only thing that I don't have to, or that I have to get for him, is the shoes. But the singlets, all that stuff, they have an in-house laundry mat at their school
Yeah,
that
that's-
washes it for them.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
And the MRI in the school now,
Yeah,
and
that's that. Yeah,
it's crazy.
So the kids have to, when they're done, they go back to the locker room, string up their stuff, and put it in the
Yeah, they just put
laundry.
it.
That's
just
how we would
laundry,
do it in
and
college and pro ball.
they just go. They go and take a
It is.
shower. Go and take a shower.
oh my
You'd
god,
have to have your loop done. Yeah.
Yep. When he gets done, takes everything off, puts it in the bin.
Wow, that's. I mean, hey, good for them. But I like the old way was nice.
Yeah, it was.
It was fun. It was
It's so much different now.
Oh, it's way different, and the attitudes are different.
Well,
too,
you know what,
so.
Piss, and we're on a harp on this, but like you came to a Little League game for them when they were really small, and literally they didn't count outs.
No,
Every single person came to bat every single inning, and you played 3 innings. I was like, and this coach pitch, like, what the fuck are we doing here?
I know. But you know, when you guys were starting out and played t-ball, we kept scoring.
Oh,
I know. Outscores.
And we had who's in first place. We were competitive, and
It's not like that anymore.
No.
It's not a sport if you don't do that.
It's not. It's I don't understand it. I don't think you teach kids anything either.
No.
You're not teaching because you know what? Life is not that way.
But also when we were
No, you're
young,
gonna fail.
And I can say this for your generation and our generation, we were outside playing.
yes,
The kids are not playing outside right now.
No.
But there's
So
a
when they
lot
join
of
the
shit
sport,
in the world that can
the parents
that
are
has changed.
the parents. A lot of them see that as like, oh, they're just. I just want them to have fun and play outside.
yeah,
When we were just doing that every day, and then we would go play sports for
Yes.
another level, to actually compete a little bit.
yeah. You know
They don't do that now.
That is funny because we would play we would have our own baseball games.
Yeah.
You know, all summer, and then at night we would actually have the official
Right.
Little League game.
Yeah.
But we'd already been playing for like 5 hours.
Right.
so-
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I think
agree.
the change with that is now for that competitive step up, now you have to pay for it.
you have to pay.
You have to pay
Yeah,
for it.
you got to pay.
And that's the difference, right?
Yeah.
Little League was $20 when we were younger. Now it's
And this
just
is-
for Little League's over $100, and then travel balls thousands of dollars.
It's not unique to baseball.
no, it's
No,
every
it's
sport.
everything.
It's every single sport.
Everything. And actually,
all of them.
I complain about Olivia, my daughter, doing gymnastics. In comparison, what she is getting, like coaching and facilities, is a value actually
is.
compared
It is.
to the traditional sports.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. I mean, and Greg down and all the hockey stuff they've got.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I mean, it is crazy. It's a different time, and
Man, we had the one lacrosse camp last year. I was like, please don't like this sport. Please don't like this sport. Please don't like this sport.
that's funny.
I want to do acting. Bingo.
There you
And
go.
then I
Just bring yourself to it.
fucking learned how much of that is a week.
Oh
Yeah.
And now I'm
Nothing's
sad
cheap,
again.
man.
No,
Nothing's
there
cheap.
ain't no free rides anymore.
I'm sad about that one now.
So you know what? This is a good segue because I did want to say, we were kind of talking the other day, and I was like, when I played Little League, I played with a wooden bat.
Mhm.
And that was like a long time, early 70s. And I was curious on why did they
I think it's a money issue. They wanted it to last longer.
I think it is, and they were trying to say. I was looking at it. They were saying it was a safety issue because we
Splinters
did used to.
stuff. Yeah.
Well, but I mean, come on. In Little League, how many?
Yeah.
Even if you broke a bat, it was like
Cracked.
It wasn't like the pros where the half of the bats going out
Yeah.
to shortstop. It just kind of cracked, and I was like, oh shit. But it was kind of cool, to be honest with you, if you could break a bat. And I remember the first thing I learned is take the label, make sure that was turned away because the thought was if you hit it on the label, it was going to.
That's real. It is real.
Weak spot, yeah, because it's got to be a little weaker. But it's crazy because I can remember playing with wooden bats. And then you remember, and I think aluminum's kind of the same, but you'd hit it on the end of the bat with, holy crap, your hands would just
aluminum
be
is not the same.
Woo.
It's not as bad as wood.
No, wood sucks when you hit the top.
Yeah.
Oof.
But it was fun. And when they went to aluminum bats, honestly, the ball came off a lot faster. Balls went further. I mean, it was a big change when that happened.
Here's our AI answer to this.
Okay.
Looking it up, right? Little League switched to aluminum bats primarily for cost saving and to improve performance, especially for younger players. Aluminum bats are more durable and cheaper to replace than wooden bats.
And you remember they just had
not anymore.
They just had like a rubber grip that
it
wasn't wound
Oh my
around.
god, it was that just curled on.
Yeah, it was curled, that blue grip.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
slab of metal.
It was fun. And the wooden bats, either we didn't have a grip or we had the tape. We used to tape, they had the tape that you could tape blue tape or some crap.
But
on
now wooden bats are cheaper than aluminum bats because the aluminum bat, the bat market is like it's $500 for a bat.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It really
money.
is.
And you have to have more than one bat.
Oh, you got to.
Specialized bats.
And your eye black, and your 7 necklaces, and your 14 guards you got on you. It's crazy.
No, and you got to have the what is it? The sliding,
the glove,
the
sliding gloves,
sliding mitt.
Good Lord,
I get it at the major league level, but it doesn't.
Major league level,
and of course, it's a copycat because that's what they see. But some of those things just
Little League.
Like if my child asked me for that, I'd laugh. No.
It doesn't. It's stupid.
Slide with your feet.
Yeah, the pros do it, so they don't. I mean, that's
because they're making $50 million.
Yeah, and and they're running really fast. Those guys are like unbelievably fast.
Yeah, it's
and
different.
Sliding. It's a different game. But in Little League or something, come on, man. But they have them like hanging out of their pant pockets. It's like, oh my god.
For us, we thought it was cool to have the sunflower seeds in the back pocket.
Little seeds,
little Davids,
little
Davids, David sunflower seeds.
What was our accessories? I don't think I had any.
No.
We had the first when I was in high school, it was the first crossover bat. So it was still aluminum up top.
Connections.
But it was the connections, yeah. And they were everybody that was
a little after. I think I graduated high school.
Those were the best. The Easton connections. We were like, yeah, that's the best bat.
And
now
you know what? When you guys were playing Little League, the big thing is for you guys had your own bat bag.
Bat bag, yeah. Bat bag.
Hang up your bat bag.
Mm-hmm.
That was good
cleats.
stuff.
Have the cool cleats.
Yeah. God. Times have changed.
God, it seems forever.
Remember we used to go get those Mizuno cleats for like $30. Can't do that anymore. It's gone.
You can't do that anymore.
It's all gone.
No,
It's just it's sad.
It is. But we even used when I played Little League, we even had the socks, the baseball socks, what are the hose? The hose with the stirrup ones.
Yeah.
But it was like it was like baseball season was really fun. You get to put like cool uniform on, the stirrups, and I don't know.
Well, I remember times and you play with the glove, leave it for the next guy on the base. You'd run in, you'd share the glove. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah, different.
That's
Socks.
wild.
Damn it! I want to go back.
But that's every sport. Like
it
football,
is
football, you have to buy their shoulder pads, their helmets, all of that. Even in high school, they're buying a lot of that stuff.
Wow. It's crazy.
Not at the big high school.
Not the big high school. Well, technology's changed a little bit. I'll give football this. Technology's gotten better.
But those helmets are crazy expensive.
Yeah.
It has changed.
So I'll tell you just quick. So when I played midget football when I was growing up, that is when that guy invented Gatorade down in Florida. And I remember at halftime we would get the only thing they had was the green, whatever,
lemon
lime or something. And we were like, oh, what's this, man? Gatorade. And they were like, I'll bring the Gatorade and stuff. That was pretty.
I got one in my golf bag for Shitty McGee over here.
Yeah, but now
you didn't give it to me.
I told you where it was. It was pouring out.
Yeah, there's my reminiscing.
Yeah,
I reminisce.
It's just so much different. It really is different.
It is
just in general.
It is different. Good. So obviously a lot of it's better.
Yeah, there's good. They're getting a lot better instruction. They're getting better baseball games.
Well,
for
just
sure.
But all sports, right, is getting better instruction and stuff. But it's crazy how expensive.
I just
you
think
have to have money to play sports.
I just
now.
think it's not like if for the kids, it's not like it was a joyful game for us when I was growing up, and I'm not so sure that's not. I mean, we weren't thinking about, oh man, I want to do this so I can go to get selected to this team. And
That's
we were
what
just
it is now.
playing. We were playing because it was fun.
Now
to play.
it's like
write
down your goals, work towards
and
them.
I think parents are doing it. Gary, you coached, those select teams. Those parents are trying to get their kids. They want them to move up to some other
but it's
college
not
or
gonna.
whatever. And
it's 1%.
it's talent.
It's like 1% of 1%.
Yeah,
that
if
make
you're not
it
talented, you're not going.
Well, the parents feel like that because from the little league through high school to middle school, beginning of high school, they've spent $20,000 on their kid.
Yeah.
So it's an investment where they,
yeah.
But it shouldn't be.
When the
that
kids
way.
are the same skill as if they threw rocks in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same skill level.
Yeah.
Or as old Pop would do, throw sharpened sticks at each other.
Yeah.
but it's actually, you know what? It comes down to, some kids are just more talented than others.
Yeah.
I mean, some kids can throw 90 miles an hour, and guess what?
Some can't.
Others can't. And
there ain't no coaching that's going to get you
no,
there.
nothing. And if you can run fast, you can't run fast. You can
Yeah.
hit a ball, you can't. I mean, you can do all the right things. You can look great, but at the end of the day, athletic kids are still going to be the ones.
Yeah.
They would have done it, without spending $20,000, I think. But I will say now that when the colleges are recruiting, they're going to all these, what are they called? Best
Select.
That's my problem with baseball is the perfect game.
Perfect game, yeah.
Is the college quote unquote showcases.
Yeah.
That all they're doing is paying the colleges. I've sat in the rooms, the little hidden rooms with the college coaches. One at Dallas Baptist. They're not even watching the games.
No.
they're
there
not
just
watching the games.
Yeah, I get it. They've already recruited the
They
Yeah,
know
they're going
who's
to
good.
recruit the best players
Yeah.
because their job is on
There
the
may
line
be
about it.
one kid that's like, oh, he's actually kind of good.
Yeah.
They know who's good and who's not good.
Of course. Because, at the end, in baseball, they're playing in high school, and they don't need, at that point, do you really need to go to the perfect game? No. I don't think so. But, maybe you do get noticed sometimes. But
There's a spot for, I know we want to move on, but there's a spot for it for like the sophomore, junior kid who's pretty good and maybe he's on the cusp. It's really good for him because he can get in front of a lot of coaches and he actually has some skill where he could play D3.
It's just
D2.
raw.
Maybe he'll put on a great performance and go from D2 to D1.
yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I agree. Crazy.
Yeah.
What else you got, Pick?
I'm just, I don't know. That was a good chat. The only
That was good.
other sport thing is I'm just really excited for college football. We're close.
It's coming.
Starting
Yeah,
to
it's
smell it.
50 days away or something.
Less than 50.
40 something.
Texas
gonna
in the
be,
big house, August 31st.
That's
Yeah.
crazy that they're starting out of Ohio State.
It is crazy.
That's
Or not the big house, the horseshoe. Sorry.
That's for both teams. That's a
Yeah, it's
tough
brutal.
first game
That's a brutal first game.
to come out.
I've got a real big problem with the media pushing. I mean, okay, Arch Manning is probably going to be really good. But he's not going to be this legend that everybody's making. A 3-1 odds to win the Heisman.
You're also getting bombarded because you're a Texas fan, though.
This is nationally.
I hear about him, but not as much as you because you look into Texas way more. So I think you're seeing it skewed a little.
It's all
a little
over
more.
ESPN. That's all they're talking
I
about.
don't watch
on
ESPN.
That's the
I
only
don't
guy
think
they
anybody
talk
does
about.
anymore.
No,
Well,
just in general.
all you see is, did Caitlin Clark smirk?
Oh,
she
yeah.
winked.
Did you? I know it's
Yeah,
freaking
it's bad.
ridiculous, man. We talked about that.
I don't
too.
know.
That was-
I feel bad for a guy like Aller, right?
Gerald, yeah.
Because he's
He'll get.
he's
he'll be a
top.
first
He's
round. He'll be a
top.
first round.
He's top 3 quarterback coming back, and he's getting zero respect.
perfect.
No, that's
That's
good.
how I
for,
like it.
But he deserves better.
But if I will say this though, but if you look at other places that say like who he's in the top, I think 5
Yeah.
for like draft
Yeah,
So,
but why
you know,
is
preseason being
Arch
drafted.
Manning in that when he's played? He hasn't even thrown.
Because he's Arch Man.
That
Come on,
sucks.
his
It's-
family runs a quarterback.
It's the
That's true.
same as the Colorado effect.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
At least it's handled a little better.
Hey, do you think? Okay, now that you brought up Colorado,
Yeah.
is
yeah.
is he pulling a what the hell is the coach?
Dion?
Yeah, is Dion pulling the same thing as what was the guy at Florida?
Oh, Urban Meyer.
Is he pulling the Urban
Oh,
Meyer?
my heart.
But yeah, is he pulling the Urban Meyer?
Oh,
I got
medical
medical issues to
Well,
get
no,
the
he
hell
doesn't-
out of there.
He doesn't want to be there.
He's actually had blood clot problems.
He has, but I'm just come on, man.
He's got 1 year left at Colorado.
Yeah, all his guys are gone, and now he's. I don't even think he's.
He has
he's
to be a coach
been
now.
at home, and I think he's pulling. Yeah, the Urban Meyer where I need medical, and then a year later he's at friggin' Ohio State or something.
I don't think he'll be at one of those anyways.
I just maybe not, but I'm just throwing it out there because I'm not a fan of.
I think he
but-
wanted to be his son's coach the whole time. I think he
He
wanted
did.
an NFL job, and I think none of them came.
I agree, and I think he knows it's not going to be a great year at Colorado,
That's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
and he's.
They
I don't
have
know.
zero.
It just
they
feels,
have zero
it
line of
feels
scrimmage.
weird. I got to be honest. It feels weird. I know he's had medical issues for real. It just seems weird that he's like still in Texas. I think
Yeah,
it's like, dude. I mean, school's like, come on.
football is in a weird place where it doesn't in it for a long time, but there's ways around it. Like Mike Leach found ways around like not having good lines of scrimmage, but it's gone. That is not a thing. If you don't have a line of scrimmage, and he knows he has nothing.
I know, but Mike Leach was. Let's be honest. Mike Leach was a really good,
Amazing
like, he was
coordinator.
a
He's
very
schemed,
smart guy.
He schemed shit
football guy.
open.
Dion is.
He's a rah-rah guy.
I don't know that he's like a tactically good football coach. I think he's a good get everybody going on the same page, rah stuff. But
Yeah.
like X's and O's, I don't see it. I just
No,
don't see it with
no,
him.
I'm right there with you.
So, and I'm sure he sees he's got no X's, he's got no O's. this
But he
year.
signed a contract.
He did sign.
He signed
of
a
course-
contract this year
Of
for
course,
it.
he signed it because they're paying him friggin' $bazillion,
Colorado's going to be rough,
and he's got
this
like
year.
all these ex NFL guys out there helping him.
You know who's spending a ton of money? Who's going to be like sneaky good this year? Texas Tech.
They might.
They have been spending a shit ton of money on guys.
They have a lot of money to spend.
They have a lot of money.
They got
to
those
spend.
oil guys out there giving all kinds of
And
money.
them and SMU. SMU's
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
old
they're on
money
the
too.
rise. They're on the rise.
SMU's
so.
got some like old plantation money.
They've
Those
been really
fuckers.
building.
They have a lot of money.
Yeah. Texas Tech, I'd be that's a cool little campus up there.
And
Up in-
but
up
you
in
have to go to Lubbock.
Well, there's nothing else to do.
There's
Love it.
nothing
Play-
there.
Play football or whatever you're playing.
So I think they're going to be pretty good. I think their coach is a little bit kind of an ass, but Joey McGuire.
Yeah.
Yeah, the state runs through Texas Tech. Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it does because Texas ain't there anymore.
Texas A&M is not there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It should be a surprising, a pretty interesting year. Texas's first SEC
What is
game
your-
this year.
What's like, you don't have to do 3, just a couple storylines you want to see from the season, just from the overall landscape of
I think
football.
I think we're going to get hammered for the first few weeks with the Ohio State Texas game. That's
Oh my
obviously
God.
the biggest game.
They should just
storyline-
rank them both 1 and 2 and get it over with.
It already is. They already
Okay, good. Fucking ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I think so. The biggest storyline for me is who's going to be the surprise team in the Big Ten. Last year it was Indiana. There always is one. Who's going to win the Big 12? Because that's a wide open conference. And what extra expansion is the Pac-12 going to do? Because they're going to have to go get more.
Is that kicking this year?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was excited.
Wow.
I was excited they did
Texas
that, though.
State.
Yeah, no, I think that's great for
Yeah.
Texas State. Oh my God.
It's huge.
I think there's going to be a lot of chat about that because how long does Cal and Stanford travel like this? It can't be too long because nobody's going to want to go to those schools if you're traveling to Florida.
But they're also
the
getting
Carolinas.
a different athlete. It's a different audience.
It is a different audience.
And I would assume that they're going there for school at least 50-50 for football.
Yeah, but you're still traveling constant. It's
Yeah,
still
I
a
know
ton of.
that.
I'm not even talking about the school part.
Well, I'm saying they would still choose to go there because they want the degree. I think they're
Yeah,
getting
okay.
players that actually want the degree.
Yeah, because those are smart schools.
Yes.
But they'd be smart to just jump back into the Pac-12 and rule it at that point. Because
Yeah, I
they
mean, why
will be
not?
the big dogs.
Yeah, but they sign those contracts when they move.
I know.
They're not going
ACC,
anywhere
it's hard to get out of ACC.
So-
It just that expansion is going to be interesting.
I'll tell you
it's going to be interesting to
my
see what
prediction
happens.
for the up and coming Big Ten team is Minnesota this year. I think
Yeah,
they
they've
had,
been on the cusp.
Just don't know. I think
had
Nebraska.
a great recruiting class.
I think Nebraska breaks through.
I would like to see Matt.
I
Rhule
think
do
great,
that.
wouldn't it?
I
would like to
really
see
do. I think
Nebraska.
Nebraska has the team. They have the line of scrimmage now.
They got Mahomes
And-
Jr. as a quarterback.
Yeah, I know. But Matt Rule is an amazing coach.
He is. I would
And
like
it's
to
just-
see them. Win.
And this is traditionally when he goes off
Yeah.
at every school he's been at.
His third year, right?
Yeah,
second?
Baylor, third year.
Third.
Baylor is the third year. They're surprisingly good this year.
So Baylor's not bad. I think I agree with you. I think Nebraska, but I think Minnesota. They're always like a middle. They're never like really bad.
You rowing the boat this year?
I'm going to row the
Yeah,
boat
he's
with
gonna row it.
Minnesota, and I think in the SEC, I'm going to go with
Auburn. My pick is Auburn
Nah,
in the
I'm not going
SEC.
Auburn.
I think the Auburn's going to
They've
be
been
pretty
out of
good
it
this
for
year.
a way long time.
Yeah, they just paid a lot of money. They got a lot of pieces.
I'm going Mississippi.
Ooh.
Jackson Arnold is at Auburn now. Mississippi, Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, yeah.
That's not a surprising team.
It is. They're never like they're okay,
They're
but they're not
always, like,
top.
They
tier.
were they
1A.
were in the cusp of the playoff last year.
That was last year.
So
That's
how?
this year.
Yeah, we're dark horse team though.
But they lost.
They
their
did it
quarterback,
last year.
too.
They lost the quarterback.
Yeah,
And they have a quarterback guru.
they
As a
did have a
coach.
quarterback guru.
So it's going to be fine.
All right, crush my dreams.
Their problem is defense every year.
All right, can I?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, because they are an offensive minded
Right.
quarterback or coach.
Auburn, I feel like Auburn's going to make some waves this year.
I don't think so.
How do you think USC is going to do?
Bad.
They're one of my big.
I think they're going to be searching for a new coach by the end of the year.
They had an awakening that the Big Ten just doesn't play the same football.
No, it's a grind.
Oh, it's
And
different.
That's how the
different.
SEC and the Big Ten
It's a
play.
slower game.
They're very similar, in where it's just speed on the perimeter, and we are going to be huge in the middle.
Yeah, he's that coach is.
Their recruiting class is insane right now.
Who, USC?
Yes.
It is, but they're going to lose all those guys because Riley's going to be gone. If they don't win enough to be relevant this year, they're not. Why would you hold on to them?
Yeah, they don't. I mean, them and UCLA, they don't.
UCLA is a
coaches
different-
Go, but I mean, they don't. If they don't win, they're gone. They just don't.
Yeah.
I mean, even when UCLA didn't do that horrible, and they still got rid of Pete Coach, but I mean, I don't. It's hard to follow those teams, though.
How about Oregon? How do you feel about Oregon?
I think they're going to be good.
Who is going to start at quarterback for them?
I have no idea.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
Who
the
knows?
problem. Who knows?
They'll be good. They have great recruiting classes.
They always
great
do.
Coaches,
They
great
got
talent,
speed.
and they seem to run the program very well. So
I'm
I think they're a perennial contender.
I'm also interested to see what Washington will do this year.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be much better this year.
Yeah,
than last
I
year.
think they're going to be pretty good as well.
I think Jed Fish is
so good.
Jed
last year.
Fish is
No.
a really good. Well, they lost literally everything and their coach. Jed Fish is
Right.
an awesome coach.
I think.
I think they're
going
gonna do really
What do you
well.
think? What do you think about Utah? I love the coach out there.
I love the coach too, and they
And they finally
smartly got rid of the
Good
quarterback.
God, they'd been there
Cam
like
Rising.
40 years old.
I don't know. It's just Utah. They're so good every year. Their linebackers are the best every year
But I don't
because
know
they have a linebacker.
I don't know who they have
coach,
at
but
quarterback. They've struggled at quarterback.
It's gonna be straight. I don't know. I just don't know. I think the Big 12 is just there's so many questions around almost every single team.
Yeah.
Colorado, what's that sideshow going to look like? Arizona, what are they? They were supposed to be
Those-
good.
yeah,
They got
can they back it
Fafita.
up? Can they
Fafita's
back it up?
back.
They look good.
No,
last year.
Arizona State was good, but
Oh,
Arizona,
wrong one.
they got Noah Fafita back.
I know, but
He's a really good quarterback.
Those teams, Arizona. So I can go back through the '80s and stuff. One year they're like, the Desert
blip.
Swarm. Right?
Yeah.
They were like beating everybody. Next year they suck.
Arizona
It's just-
State could
they're
be really good this year.
Crazy. They're very inconsistent. Those teams.
They are.
I mean,
Arizona State could be good this year. I mean, they brought back quite a bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing some of those teams start winning. I mean,
Who else?
Nice.
Baylor, Texas Tech, I think, is up there. Baylor had a really good year last year.
Arkansas, maybe.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, they might be.
They got nothing. Pittman's done.
Illinois
Illinois is intriguing. Indiana, what is Signetti going to do without his guys?
That's also one of my big questions, Ken, because Signetti he's built he's talked a lot of shit.
Yeah.
He talks
and
a
his
lot.
his guys he brought are gone.
And he completely shit his pants worse than I did this morning last year.
He looked lost.
He looked lost like a little puppy. He's going
they
to have
got
to back
crushed.
it up.
Yeah,
But that team
one's
was
gonna
good.
Well, and they were all
He blew it.
portal guys.
What about Michigan?
Oh, they'll be good.
They're always good.
Yeah, they'll be good.
They weren't good last year.
No, but I mean they're always
they were okay.
good. They're
They
not. Sometimes
They went
they're.
like
They weren't
500.
Michigan last year.
We'll see. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too.
I think Florida State comes back. Maybe
Oh my
this
God!
year.
Texas' first SEC game this year is at the Swamp. That's a terrifying game for Texas.
That'll be a good game. That's what they need.
That's going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Texas is going. Yeah, all the shit people talk. Texas' schedule looks a lot harder this year.
Yeah, I agree. But Texas, come on, Texas.
They
Like
load.
they
They are
recruit.
loaded. Texas is loaded.
They are loaded, and if they don't perform,
Yeah.
then it's on them. To be honest with
Yeah,
Yes.
Texas is loaded.
you. Yeah. Well, somebody's got to drive those Lamborghinis.
Yeah, ain't going to drive themselves.
Well,
They will actually now.
Yeah, they will.
it's a traffic jam of fucking
I
Maseratis.
saw a Waymo yesterday cut this truck off.
Really?
Drove him off the road.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
You know, was it raining?
Yes, it was
You
sprinkling.
know, I was curious because in our cars, if it rains really hard, all my
The lane detection goes
everything
off. Yeah,
turns off.
mine
And
does too.
I was we were driving. I was talking to Ma. I said, I wonder if like they have the same issue because it's raining really hard, and at some point, all those sensors they can't sense anymore.
Right.
That's interesting. You said that. They are cool. I mean, I'd love to ride in one. They are
He
actually pretty cool.
Slapped
looking.
on his turn signal and turned at the same time. So turn signal and turn right into a truck.
Oh man!
The truck had to go into the grass and was honking at him.
Oh
He
man,
was honking at.
you damn robots!
Who was he honking at?
There were no passengers in it. It was an empty car.
An empty car getting honked at. Did
That's
it flip?
ridiculous.
Does the
They're
empty
all
car?
over Austin.
The empty car has like a little thing that flips them off.
Yeah, a little hand comes up.
That would be awesome.
That's
They are all
ridiculous.
over Austin.
They're
all over.
crazy.
I haven't seen one of the cyber
Nah, I haven't seen those
taxi.
shit things either. But the Waymos are pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting one. All right.
All right, Bunk. I want to skip my food segment.
Yeah, we're gonna
because
skip. Yeah, we already talked hot dogs anyway.
yeah,
We're
we
good.
talked hot dogs and stuff. I want to get an honest opinion about this before we go anywhere.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go to boxing.
Okay.
With what we've seen, is Jake Paul legitimate enough to get
No.
the title
No.
shot? He's ranked.
No.
They ranked him.
No.
He boxed.
He looked actually
39-year-old,
pretty
50-year-old
damn good.
But these guys
that last
are
fight.
old.
But they're all boxers are old.
No.
He hasn't boxed any. No.
He hasn't fought anybody that's relevant right now.
No.
He's about to now. I mean, they just ranked
Who?
him. He's ranked at 14, so he's going to start getting fights with real fighters.
Well, then at that
Great.
point, we'll see. But he's fighting guys who are not actively boxing
And he's
anymore.
paying them millions.
Well, yeah, I know that, but he looked
It's a sideshow.
a lot better in this last fight. He did. He really
don't-
did. He looked like a real fighter.
I've watched him fight. He's not good. He does not have.
Did you
the-
watch
the
this last
skills and the
fight?
Mechanics. Are you kidding me?
See,
No.
he's 39 years old. He hasn't, and he got beat the
His
last time he
footwork
boxed
Chavez
was
Jr.
5 years ago, and he got beat by some
Bad
that's-
footwork. He doesn't cover his chin ever. He's not a good boxer. He's
so
not
we're
a
about
good
to.
fighter.
I mean, we're about to find out because he's going to have to get. He's going to get. WBC ranked him. He's going to get if he wants to try and get a title or whatever, which is
Nick,
what
this
he
is
says.
the traveling. Boxing is crumbling.
Boxing is crumbling.
It is.
They need Logan Paul more than Logan Paul needs them.
That's fair.
They would give him a number 2 ranking and get him a title shot if people would tune in.
People would tune in right now. If even at 14, they give him a title shot.
Yes.
You know what? Once UFC stuff came, boxing is just the boxing like in the heyday. That was always an event. It was in the 70s, 80s, and stuff. Those were like everybody got excited and they were good. But once UFC hit, nobody. I don't even know about. I mean, they had the two brothers.
The hot one right now is Shakur Stevens.
I mean,
And it is not an entertaining
It's
fight.
not, but I mean, it's not the same. There's no rivalries
There's
anymore.
no rivalries. Well, they're trying to right now. It's just, and then you watch their fights and it's so defensive.
Yeah.
And then they'll face these guys that even the announcers are like, yeah, he's going to get crushed. And he does. And they hit him like 15 times and then the corner throws the towel in.
Yeah.
I don't think, I think if he fights, well, I'm going to say a real boxer. I'm not going to, these guys, you know what, if he fought Chavez in his prime, it would have been a different fight.
Yes.
Probably.
Tyson would have, oh my God.
Yes.
Tyson's a different animal.
Tyson would have beat him in about 30 seconds.
Tyson in his prime would have beat everybody.
He was, but I'm just saying, he's fighting these guys that are like, it's not a boxing match.
Well, we'll see, I guess.
Wow.
We'll see, because he's going to get a real
He's
fight.
an arrogant fuck.
He is very arrogant.
But
I'd like to see it.
It'll be interesting who he gets.
Yes. Is he going to get the
Yeah.
13th ranked guy? I mean,
Is he going to get somebody who's actually like on his way up?
Yeah, I don't know. But there are guys right around him that are on their way up. And the one guy that is pissed off that they ranked, there's a guy that's ranked 15 right behind him who's 20-0 with, I think, 18 knockouts.
Yeah.
And they put Jake Paul ahead of him. So I wonder if they're setting
but
something
I
up
think
there.
like Gary said, I think it's you know what? They need to pump something. And you're
need
right. Nobody
fans.
watches boxing, but they will watch him because everybody wants, honestly,
right.
everybody wants to see him get beat.
Right.
But he's not getting beat by Tyson and Chavez and any of those other clowns. So
I don't know. They gave him ranking. So there's some legitimacy to his fighting if they're going to do that.
But none of his fights have been sanctioned fights.
No, and now they will be.
Right, but how do you get the 14th ranking without a professional sanctioned fight under your belt?
yeah, he's 0-0 basically.
Yeah. Yes.
he is.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
Yeah, the whole boxing's I'm surprised it's even around anymore, to be perfectly honest with you.
I'll tell you what, in UFC is the big name, but one championship is better quality. The fights in one championship are unbelievable.
Yeah, it's cool.
They know how to match people together.
Yeah.
And every single fight, there's never
They do better by the fighters, too. The UFC is pretty nasty on the payments to the fighters.
Yeah. The one championship, it is really fun to watch. When they do because it's more than just MMA.
Yeah.
It's more than just mixed. Like, you'll have Muay Thai fights, you'll have grappling fights, but man, they go after each other. It's a little more brutal because they allow knees to the head when on the ground, which is pretty gross.
But I think that's where the entertainment's gone, not boxing, not watching guys for 3-minute rounds.
If you watch UFC and then you watch boxing, it's a big
it is different.
step
That's
what I said,
down.
and there's
just in the excitement in the match.
And there's no boxing was mostly the heavyweights, and then you had the other guys that were really good. But I mean,
there's no big heavyweights anymore.
There's no names anymore. There's
Tyson Fury was the last one, probably.
I did not like watching his fights.
No.
He's just slow. It's just slow. It's a slower sport.
So number one, I think it's a farce. But number two, I hope he gets his ass kicked. He isn't one.
Well, he's gonna get real fights.
But
now.
I give him credit. He's turned himself into a money machine, man.
Oh
You
yeah,
got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, I don't take that away from him.
No,
I was watching a Disney Channel show. My youngest had on, and he was one of the main characters in it.
Really?
Yep, with Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Yeah, he was a Disney.
Their whole family's
kid
all over the place.
that started it.
No, you can't knock them. They found a crease.
No, oh my God, no! I give him all the credit in
and
the
he
world for
steps
that.
in the ring, so
He does.
You
He
do give him
does.
credit for that.
He took some punches.
Yeah, he has. It's not. It's a spectacle. It's not a sport.
You
at that point.
know, boxing's bad when this is the person we're talking. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah, I agree.
They're in such
social
a bad
media
spot.
influencer. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to because they did rank him, and let's see what happens
I did
now.
see that. Yeah. Watch.
That's what I got, Bunk.
All right, Gary, you got anything?
I wanted to bring up the men's national team,
Oh,
soccer.
okay.
They're playing Sunday
Against Mexico, it's going to be bad.
You said that before they got to this round, though, and they won.
They didn't look great in the last
No,
one.
but
They
did
played
win.
Guatemala.
They
Guatemala had never won a Gold
Yeah.
Cup game until this year.
and Costa Rica just gave them the game.
Gave up
Rica,
that
yeah.
game. They looked bad in that game. You know what? Their keeper saved them in that game.
Yeah,
Yes, I did see that.
Mexico's a different step up from any team they've played in this
and
tournament.
Mexico will do anything to not let the U.S. win. So it's gonna be this will be the test.
Where are they playing?
Dallas.
Oh,
I believe it's Dallas.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Are all the games in the U.S.?
They are. The Gold
Yeah,
Cup's
this
in the
year.
U.S. Gold Cup almost every year is because I think it's the biggest market. You've got the CONCACAF is the Caribbean islands, Central America, North America. So Canada, which losing to Guatemala, that was a fucking huge upset. Canada was supposed to win this whole thing. They were supposed to have the best team. Mexico, Canada, and U.S. are the big three, though.
Okay.
Costa Rica from time to time, Panama from time to time. Jamaica's normally up there too, but it's just not the same caliber.
Okay.
What do you want to know about it, though?
Well, I don't want to know anything. I was just watching it, and is it Pochettino?
Yeah, Poach,
I don't think we know what he is yet for the U.S. team.
that's not good.
The team, they don't look like they have an identity. They have like two players where you're like, wow, they're good. Like Diego Luna.
Diego Luna is very good, but okay.
I
so
know what
you
you're going
have
to say.
to.
You're not.
The
we
big
don't have
boy,
all
the
player- I
big
know.
boys aren't on this
That's
team
what
right
I'm
now.
saying is that you don't see like what their identity actually
Right,
is.
but to be fair, those big guys all turned this whole thing like there's a cultural thing where they were like, "No, I don't want to play." Well, why the fuck wouldn't you want to play?
yeah,
I get they're tired,
Right.
really long seasons. Those European schedules
is
like
the national
72
team.
It is a
72
national
games.
team, though.
it's a national team with a new coach that everybody's excited
You would,
for.
It
you would
is.
think they'd want to
But
play.
you would think Pulisic is probably has a right. I mean, he is the best United States soccer player, arguably ever. Right? So he has a spot on the team. Right? But Serginho Dest just came off injury. He's still kind of working it. The big question is striker, which the big name strikers are all hurt right now, so we don't know who that, and goalkeeper, which has been a actual fucking problem for this team. It's been bad. And you also can't have a 37-year-old running your defense. Like, they have to figure out center back too. Because Tim Ream he's awesome, but he's 37.
So they play what? So where are we at when they play Mexico? What's that for?
Championship.
That's a championship.
That's for the Gold Cup.
I think Pochettino and the team people will say they made it. I think that they covered their bases by getting here, even though everybody you get there is like if we didn't get here, it would have been a giant letdown. I think
Huge letdown.
if they lose to Mexico by 1 or something, I think it'll be okay.
Okay.
Like if they're competitive.
That's
But
what I'm
if you-
saying. Like
if you
by
get-
1,
It's at NRG Stadium.
NRG
it's
is
indoors. Houston's
Oh.
Texans.
It's Houston.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if Mexico comes out and dominate, even if it's 1-0, but just dominates possession, dominates the game, the U.S. There's more questions than answers. I think what we've learned during this Gold Cup is Diego Luna for sure has a spot on that team,
Yeah.
if not a starting spot, because down the right side is a problem. You can move Haji Wright back, or not Haji Wright, but Tim Weah back a little bit and put Diego Luna up there. We'll see. Tim Weah is naturally more a defensive player, so you can pull him back a bit. Put him on the other side of Pulisic, you just have to have a striker. That's their problem. They don't have a solid number 9 right now. And they don't have a very good one at goalkeeper either.
Well, it might be a fun game to watch, though.
It'll be a very
It's
good
going to be
game.
very telling. I think you're going to learn a lot about where they're at. This will be a much more competitive game than they've had in this tournament.
There's some crazy storylines in it too. Raul Jimenez for Mexico he's been the player of the tournament. Well, you know what happened to him?
Mm-mm.
He went up for a header. What 5-6 years ago?
See a scar on his head.
Yeah, he fractured his he broke his skull.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
He has a big scar
And
on the side of his head.
Oh,
He's
shit.
lucky to even be alive, and now he's the best player on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico's had their problems too, though. They didn't look very good that last game either. They got real lucky in the second half. I think all the CONCACAF, it's a problem because all these teams are not looking the best they could going into a moment where you could shift, not in Mexico and stuff, but like in the U.S., you could shift the perception of the sport with this World Cup. If the U.S. could do good in this World Cup, more young kids are going to start playing.
It'll be a fun one to watch then.
Yeah.
It's on Sunday?
Sunday.
I think it's in the early afternoon.
Yep. And then as far as the Club World Cup that's going on, Chelsea plays tonight. So that'll be interesting.
I haven't followed. There's too many tournaments. I can only do one.
Club World Cup. Club
So
World Cup's pretty
many.
fun.
That's what we were talking about
Oh,
last
my
week.
God.
My God, there's a
I
million
don't even
things.
know. Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with unless you're like a devoted fan like Pick.
I'm pretty devoted.
You are.
It's just
Of all
so
sports.
many teams.
I've been watching a lot of disc golf too. A lot of teams,
Yeah.
a lot of soccer teams.
a lot of teams,
Wow.
but the players play for 8 teams.
No, just
I
2.
know.
Well, it seems like
2, unless you get.
there were the club, there were
You're
the
out on
national,
loan.
there were- it's a lot.
Soccer's a different animal.
It is. The pay structure is pretty crazy too for those. They pay weekly.
Hmm.
So a lot of times those guys, like for a long time, Wayne Rooney was the most expensive footballer in the world, and he was making £500,000 a week.
God.
So $2 million a month.
So you can just rent them.
No, I mean that was his contract.
No, it's a contract.
Yeah,
Wow. That doesn't even take
$2 million a
That's not
month.
even all the advertising and all the stuff he does outside.
No, and those
No.
soccer players, they make so much money on
Oh,
social
Just a
media.
ton of
God.
money. So they
They're like the most
just
followed
fine.
social media people in the
Oh
world.
my God.
They do just fine.
Yeah, because it's a worldwide sport.
It is.
Unlike, you know.
It is.
Other
That's
sports.
same with F1.
Yeah.
Those guys make a shit ton of money
Oh,
too.
Of
I want to see the
course.
new F1 movie. You've seen it?
I haven't seen it.
I'm interested.
It looks interesting though.
I think
Yeah.
it's a lot of actual racing.
I
That's
think
what it looks like
is.
to me. That's why it made me excited.
Well, I saw like all the. Did you ever see like behind the scenes when they put all 1,000,000 cameras on those cars?
Yeah.
It's friggin' crazy. But yeah, it does look interesting.
Yeah.
I'm curious to watch that. The Pitter, Bradley Pitt.
And F1's been wild this year too, a little bit. I don't know if you followed it, but
F1's
the
fun to watch.
McLaren boys are just taking over.
I like F1. I was a NASCAR guy for a long time, but I don't know any of the guys anymore. It's hard to watch.
The McLaren boys and F1 have taken over.
F1's just more exciting.
I think it is more exciting. I like NASCAR when it was, it was like the old guy.
They had a
older
lot more
guys.
bump and run, and they had a lot more,
More
like
personality,
You
yeah.
could hit,
Now
yeah,
A
it's
lot of
just
rivalries.
contact.
It just does it. Yeah, I haven't watched one. In a
I
long
just
time.
this whole thing that they're trying to push any way to get people to watch. So now they're doing the head-to-head race thing.
Yeah,
This is
it's
fucking
just like put
stupid.
them on a friggin' track and just run.
Yeah.
But yeah, F1 is actually pretty exciting. Now the other sport, I just saw this crazy video. Have you ever watched this speedboat racing?
Yes, I have.
They used to go through
let me
Cocoa
ask you,
Beach.
could they pay you enough to get
No.
one of those?
No,
I saw one,
No.
because they flip, right? They
Constantly.
They start going. I saw the one, like an accident where it went and you could see the front going up and then it just flipped like 3 times. I was like, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Who the hell would do that? God.
they have a big race there in Cocoa Beach.
I know they have them out here in like up in
Yeah.
Belton or somewhere. But good.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's
Could
not,
not
for me.
pay me enough to do that.
Pretty wild.
I don't
I
even
don't
really
even-
want to be on a boat in general.
It's amazing.
Throw up everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I would.
It's
My stomach,
crazy.
absolutely.
It's crazy. Anyway, all
All
right.
right. Well, that's all I've got. Unless you guys got anything else.
Do we got nothing outside? I had one question for you because I was curious.
Yeah.
Because Olivia's kind of going to middle school and starting to see like the cliques and
Oh,
you know,
God.
Mhm.
and nowadays the cliques are very like defined.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was curious back when you were in middle school, high school, what were the cliques and what did they dress like?
Oh,
Was
God,
it
they were?
is it the same? I mean, was there
Yeah.
goths?
Well, I went to high school here in Texas. So we had kickers or cowboys, athletes. We had the druggy dudes. Had the goth. I don't know if we even called them goth.
Yeah, what
back
was
in
the goth
70s.
back then?
It was
The black band T-shirts.
Yeah, it was just like I don't know. We didn't call them goth.
Yeah.
I can't remember what we called them. But yeah, everything was really defined. The only thing I will say is people in general kind of interacted pretty well together. Just like, but you could walk into school and you could see like this is back in the 70s, but like all the cowboy dudes, the kids, they all wore cowboy hats, names on their belts, cowboy boots, and that was cool. I mean, then the athletes did all their, typical athlete shit. But yeah, it was pretty well defined, but it wasn't, and we had, everybody pretty much got along. There wasn't like a weird thing going on.
It's pretty divisive.
I am
now.
I've noticed that. No, in the high school, it's not.
No.
No.
It didn't seem like,
No.
when I'm going to say when we visited over where your son going to high school, it didn't seem that way. But
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
yeah,
Like
middle school. So I went to middle school or it wasn't middle school, junior high in New York, and it was it was brutal. And it was very hard lines, and groups picking on groups and all that kind of shit. But I never saw that really here in Texas.
I don't see that with the middle school here either. I just don't.
And I was always just like, I just got along with everybody and just had friends in all the different groups and stuff. But New York was bad, like really. I mean, I went from Florida to New York. Yeah, but I went from Florida, where everybody woo, to New York, and I was like, holy! It was so bad in New York. Like you're walking down the thing, and somebody's like freaking punching you. I'm like, who the hell was that? Like, what's going on? New kid thing, punch you, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? What's going on? I don't like this place. But I thought it was okay. I don't know. Kids seem to be a lot more tolerant of each other these days.
Well, I think it's also location too, because I have experience in 2 middle schools and they're vastly different.
I agree. Yeah.
With my boys.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you've got one going in the middle school, but
yeah, we're doing the dripping spring. We're going to get a big country.
Yeah.
The Austin country kind of feel.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing when you're going like in middle school, because it's different, is everybody in elementary school, a lot of them, you could start kindergarten and go through that with the same people. And then you go to a new school and it's a bunch of different schools pouring in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's kind of good because there's a lot, everybody's kind of, new.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting. But one thing we didn't have social media, thank God.
I'm so happy I did not grow up with social media.
So they don't like
That's
the
the
middle
thing that
school.
bothers me.
The middle school doesn't allow them to do that here.
See, that would be like, that would, to me, that's
the only reason I don't get Olivia a phone yet.
I don't
want her getting on Twitter for even 1 second.
No, and I think there's a lot of bullying. I think with social media,
Oh, yeah.
and I don't know, middle
Especially
school
for girls.
and yeah, for girls it's really bad.
Yeah.
That would just been a nightmare even when you guys were going. Thank God we had phones, but there was no social media. I don't think when you were in high school, right?
No,
it was just a phone.
It was considered uncool if you texted people.
Yeah.
When I was a senior,
which is thank God.
Yeah.
I think it's
999
a lot harder.
444. It was so hard to text.
Yeah, we would have gotten in trouble in college.
Oh.
In college, I would have been in prison.
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
Yes.
I'm just saying, I think it's a lot harder for kids these days just because of all that part of it. I mean, unfortunately,
every move you make is recorded.
Oh my God! And then a lot of anonymous.
Can you imagine
shit.
like saying you like somebody and then it spreads on social media? Oh my God!
And I agree. I think it's really hard on the girls, probably more than the boys.
Oh yeah, way worse.
Yeah, they're always a little bit harder on each other anyway. But God,
then the boys can respond to the girls and that's when it gets real bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, this will be the last thing we can get off. Our version of social media was everybody would hand around a piece of paper and you would rate how hot each other were.
Yeah.
And if somebody got the paper and they didn't like it, they would, they'd make a big fuss out of it.
Just throw away the paper.
That was it. That was really it.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, we didn't have. Come on, man, we didn't have a computer.
Yeah,
we didn't have computers. So, I mean, it was if you wanted to say something to somebody, you basically had to go up to their face and say it. And
you were getting spanked, weren't you?
Oh my God,
that's different.
They gave licks in the. Yeah, just real quick. So I had the guy that was giving licks at the school. If you got in trouble, he had a paddle with the holes drilled out. This dude was about 6'4", built, big dude. And he would light your ass up.
He probably loved it. Looked forward to it daily.
Bend over the thing. He was always nice about it. It's like, hey Jeff, come on in. Hey, how you doing? Okay.
Bend over.
Hey, listen, we got you scheduled for 3 today.
7 lashings.
Okay, take that wallet out. Oh God, okay. Bend over, and he would light you up, and you're like, God, that really
What constituted the lashings? You had to
I
talking
did
in class,
stupid shit like late to class.
Wow. If you're tardy, you got hit?
If you're tardy,
that's right.
Like if you got sent down, you and then he actually, it was funny because he liked me because kids would come out of there crying. I mean, he friggin' lit your ass up. And I would just like, oh God, that fucking hurt. And he would go, okay, man, thanks. But I went in there the one time. I said, you know what, man, just call my parents. I'm done. He was like, yeah, you don't want me to do that. And I said,
yes, I do.
I said, I think I'm good. Just call him and we'll go in there. And he goes, come on.
Let me just hit you a few times.
Come on.
I already warmed up, Jeff.
So he talked to me. I was like, all right, God dang it. All right, get the wallet out. And I'm like, fuck. And he'd hit you. And then the one time, my favorite was when these girls that did the Vikets, or they were like dance team. And I took 2 of their knee pads and put them down my pants. And I went in there and I took my wallet out and he hit it and it went thump. And he's like, no, get him out.
Oh my God, you had to take out the pads.
And the thing was, it was like it's like he liked me because he would laugh and he said, "Yeah, that was pretty good, you know." But you can't. Nah, he said that don't count. And I was like, "Oh God, dang, dude, light him up." But we used to sit out there and listen to him hit people, and they'd come out all crying. I was like, "Yeah, no shit, he hits hard." So,
Wow.
they don't do that anymore.
No, they don't do that.
No.
Oh my God, you can't even look at a kid.
Yeah,
these
you
days.
can't. You saw
If
lawsuits.
you look at a student, you have to look up in the air.
It was funny, but he just like, for whatever reason, and not like I was there all the time, but so they'd call you out of class for that shit. They'd go like somebody'd come from the office with a note. Let's see, Jeff, down to the office. It's like, oh fuck,
Wow.
go down there. Hey, let's get this over with real quick.
He's grinding.
Let's get it over with real quick.
Tarring up his
Like a
hands.
rookie of the year guy.
And it was like a business. Like, what do we got? Yeah, we got 3 more today, Jeff.
He's got the paddle resting on his thigh. He's putting the pine tar on
But
it,
it had
getting
the
it
holes
ready.
so you can like
Yeah,
go through the
less
air.
air
Oh my
resistance.
God! Now I ain't gonna lie, it freaking hurt.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Like, whatever. Fun days.
Hey, I think that's a good one to end on right
There
there,
you go.
boys. Happy 4th. Happy 4th, fellas.
Happy 4th.
Thanks for joining us there, Gary.
Give us some insight. Some
Definitely
baseball
give us some
That was good
insight.
stuff.
If you're
I like
enjoying it, check it out on YouTube as well. If you're listening, if you're just watching, check it out on whatever podcast
that. You got to
like
check
as
you.
well.
Come on, you got to check you. You got to see the old muggers on us.
The muggers.
They probably look way different than what you think.
They always do.
Go get a look.
They always do.
Give it a look and don't give us any feedback on it.
Oh, we'll get some feedback, my
Rate
friend.
5 stars.
All right. Well, if you're liking it, definitely like and subscribe for us. Smash that like button, as Bunk and every other person on YouTube says.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, send them in. bunkandpickpodcast@gmail.com, and we'll get them answered for you. But until then,
We'll be
Rollin Balls!
It's the Bunk and Pick podcast.
Do your air guitar again.
It's the Bunk and Pick
The ukulele.
It's the Bunk and Pick
podcast.